This is the Carty Method Podcast.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Carte Method Podcast. It is me, Steve Carty, and we are here to do Portfolio Lab. It is Thursday. Thursdays during Portfolio Lab is when I actually review your photos. Tuesday, we used to do photo reviews twice per week. We used to do them on Tuesday and Thursday. The issue is that the amount of viewers that were here on Tuesday and Thursday greatly reduced. Stop doing 2 episodes and start doing 1, meaning only Thursday photo reviews. Now, today, we have 27 photos to look at, and I have your undivided attention because I haven't done photo reviews in so long. You guys are dying. So let's get into what we are talking about today, which is open submission. Today, during photo reviews, I am, hey, what? Someone's becoming, what are you doing already? Someone's giving me love? Let's go. Appreciate you. And Angel Love PQ. Angel Love PQ is actually giving us some flowers. Thank you. Welcome to the Carty crew. Thank you for becoming a member. My heart rate is not up. I got a new Apple Watch. I got the Apple Watch Edition, which is so pimp. As soon as I saw this watch, I knew I had to have it. It's too expensive, so I waited a long time to get it, but I got it now. But guess what I have? Because I don't have my heart rate, I do have something else, which I haven't had for so long. Actually, don't even have the remote on my desk anymore because it's been so long since I've had the ability to do this. Because it was summer, and summer with the AC, no smoke because it blows the fuse. But Angel Love PQ, this is for you. Thank you for becoming a member. Let's get it on. If you want the smoke, all you need to do is make a little donation. Hit the smoke for you, become a member, hit the smoke for you. Super, super easy. Becoming a member is literally $5 a month, and you get access to all of my secret live streams. Like when I had brain cancer and was in the hospital and I was like talking to YouTube, I was only talking to my paid members. Literally, I was only talking to a small group of people because I didn't want it to be just public. You know, I wanted it to be people who really, really, really care. Those are people who invest that $5 a month and get that crown badge next to their name. Okay, so as mentioned, today is open submissions, meaning today is a day that I'm willing to look at anything that you submit to me that you're considering for your portfolio, okay? Next week, I'm looking at your fashion submission. So literally next week you're shooting fashion, which is incredible. I'm very excited to look at that. And today we are starting with Israel Cordona III. Israel, let's get it on. Okay, thank you for starting this party right. This, right off the bat, is a yes. Like right off the bat, yes. This hits so hard, Israel. By far the most color proper, like a great brand with the Mark Echo, the pose, the head angle, the Rembrandt light. Let's look at this as a cover. Hello, show cover. There you go. Look at this as a cover. This hits so hard. End of story. There's nothing else to say. This hits like boom. Absolutely. If it's not clear, absolutely. Okay, so there's this thing that's happening with OBS where my little, like my rampy ramp, the thing that kind of goes around my camera, which gives me a little bit of separation between the background, it's not on and it's upsetting me. So I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna go here and I'm going to, we're just gonna fix this because I don't like anything that's not working 100% properly, especially when I'm live. So I go back here. And I go back here and I say, okay. And then I go back here and then I go back here and now it works. But I forget to do, it's supposed to do that automatically, but I forget to do that before I start. So yeah, it's been glitching. I'm going to fix that. So Israel, if it's not clear, this is unequivocally an 11. Sadly, Amond, my 8x10 frame is one of those things that's popping up as missing. Let's see if the horizontal one is there. The horizontal one is there. So, but the 8x10 frame is missing. Remind me, we got to fix that later. Israel Cordona, the third. This is an 11, and yeah. You have just launched. This, by far, the best thing that you've shot so far and submitted to me. Killer. Do you guys agree? Yes or yes? That's a killer image and a great way to start this show. Like, yes. This is Sedgwick. I call him Sedgwick. His name is William Sedgwick, but Sedgwick as a photographer, it just hits harder. So I call him Sedgwick. Sedgwick says, man with brown skin, wearing a blue blazer. Shot with the Sony A7C, 50 millimeter, ISO 160. Oh, my reading is back, baby. Let's get it on. ISO 160, f11, 1/80th of a second. Shot with a single strobe. This is the one and only Sedgwick. Let's get it on, Sedgwick. Let's see what you got for me. Sedgwick, this is a yes for me. This is definitely a very competent headshot, a very competent business headshot for an executive. Look at how you framed this as a cover. It really works. You've given yourself a little bit of space. William, it proves to me that these photo reviews for you are working. You're learning. Your exposure is right. Your focus is right. Let's have a look and let me show the viewers what I mean when I say your focus is right. Do you see what I'm saying? Let me just erase that little dot from your face. That's me. You see what I'm saying when I'm saying your exposure is right? Like, you nailed this. Your exposure is right. Your light placement is good. You're using relatively safe light, but you can see it's front, but you've pushed it just a little bit on this side, which gives nice shadows here, nice light over here. Sedgwick, guy, the level of how quick you're learning, how quick you've now, I mean, again, William, you're in my accelerator, or are you in my accelerator, Sedgwick? And if you're not, what is happening? Like, if you're not in my accelerator, this is how you learn how to now turn the skill set that you've been developing for the last almost year with me into paid work. Sedgwick, William, you're ready. Okay. That's an 11. Keep those coming, my guy, William Sedgwick. Congratulations. That is, again, a banger. Okay. We're 2 for 2 here. This is Alexander Klasnia. Alexander says, shot the Sony A7 II with the Minolta autofocus 100 millimeter macro, ISO 100 f8 at a 2/50th of a second. Shot with the Godox strobe. I'm reading. Yo, let's go. I'm reading. Let's go. Klasnia. Alexander. Okay. Alexander. Number one, this is the best product shot that you've ever given me. And again, I don't know what's happening today with you guys. Like, did you guys all get together and collectively just agree to do the work? To listen to what I've said and to give me back industry standard? Did you guys just all listen together and do that? Because right now, what photo review number am I on right now? This is photo number 3. So far, we are 3 for 3. This is mental, Klasnia. And I'm telling you, Alexander, I've been begging from this for you for a while. This is what you're doing, okay? You are a niche jumper. Okay, that's not you're a niche jumper. Okay, meaning you think that you can shoot everything at 100%, and you can't. You can shoot one thing at 100%, and that is product photography. But you keep shooting architecture, you keep shooting you keep doing morphs and double exposures and all this stuff that's not relevant to you getting really high impact work out there. Brands like this pay thousands of dollars for you to shoot wine, but they're not going to hire you to do that unless you do product photography only. Them seeing your architecture pictures and your corporate headshots and all this, like, I try to do everything for everybody kind of an attitude, it's hurting you. I want to see for literally one 3-month period. Oops, does that say? No, it doesn't say period at all. P-E-R-I. For 1 3-month period, I want to see products only. And in fact, I'm going to tell my team that if you are submitting anything except for product photography, then we're going to reject you because you're a product photographer. You're trying to do, what do I shoot? Portraits. Do you see me shooting products only when they're related to people? Do you see me shooting fashion only when it's related to people? Like, do you see me shooting architecture only when I'm just doing personal work with my iPhone? But what does my website look like? It looks like the work that I'm known for. So you have to become known for something. Right now, sadly, Alexander, you're known for nothing because you try to do everything. And when you try to do everything, you become a jack of all and a master of none. And I know that this is hard to hear, but it's true. Look at stevecarty.com. When you look at this body of work, there is no question that I am a contemporary portrait and lifestyle photographer. There is no question. Why? Because that's all I give you. That's all I show you. I'm not showing products. I'm not showing anything else except for how I capture culture with people, how I show style with people, how I show comfort and approachability with people. And it goes on and on and on and on, and it never ends. Now, if you were someone who had a face, who is everybody, who wants to document their clothing or their musician or shoot it, like, you're thinking of me, because now when you actually see how this translates to commercial work, when you see the commercial work, well, naturally, Apple and like BET and CBC, like, and Vogue, like, these are companies that hire me to then do what I reflect back in my portfolio. What I'm reflecting back to you in my portfolio is what I get paid astronomical money to do, because I've proven that I am an expert in one thing. And that expertise creates trust. And when people trust you, they open their wallet. Alexander, with you you're not creating trust when you shoot a different thing every time you point your camera. When you shoot one thing, you're building trust. This is your wheelhouse. This is what you're best at. Please shoot this only. Alexander, I hope that brought you value. That is an 11 out of 10. Congratulations. 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 You can do this, Alexander. You can do this, but you're in a battle with your mind and your ego because you think you're so good, you can shoot everything. You're not. Nobody is. I'm not. That is Alexander Klasnia. Thank you, Alexander. This is Jean-Laurie Beaumont, shot with the Sony a7 IV with a 50 millimeter ISO 800 180th, f 2.8 at 1/160th of a second. Shot natural/found light. This is Jean-Laurie Beaumont. Jean-Laurie, let's get it on. Jean-Laurie, this is a really good frame. This is a really good frame. There's some body language issues, which again, you learn through reps. There's some, and I'll break it down for you. But your leading line, where you chose to shoot this photo, the light, the fact that you're using front light, backlight here, because you have light coming down from here, and then also the backlight, makes this off the brat an 11. So I'm proud of you. This is amazing, Jean-Laurie. Okay. Body language is your issue, because we don't shoot females or males this way, projecting their energy outside of your photo. She's projecting her energy that way, okay? Out of the picture, which we're not trying to do. We're trying to project our energy towards the person looking at the picture, which means chest is where the energy comes from. That goes forward, okay? It's the first reason that we don't turn females like this sideways unless they're high fashion Vogue models who know how to stand like this, okay? The next thing is what happens in here. Because as soon as you're turning, look at all the nonsense that's happening beside her neck. Yes or yes, right? Why? Because her head is not naturally supposed to turn that way, right? Again, she wants to project that way, but you turned her body sideways for some reason, Jean-Laurie, okay? And again, that's she's got a fit body, so yes, she looks slim, but it's all arm. And in fact, we're not seeing the dress because she's turned sideways. We're not seeing her face because she's side saddling looking at you. Like, this picture is 100 times better. And again, I'm just going to demonstrate what it looks like in real life. The difference between my shot, like my YouTube video is like this. And I'm like, okay, guys, here comes today's shot. Here comes and I'm looking at this camera, right? I'm looking at this camera over here. So to me, it's like there's a camera back there, right? But just look energetically wise what this looks like, right? And now as a photographer, this is how I'm going to pose my subject. Over here, where you should be over here. And then look at the difference and feel the energy difference from me when I'm like this. And projecting, cameras here, projecting here. Feel the difference of my energy, right? Look at how my face looks. It's way more flattering, right? Way more flattering, this, right? Versus, look at all the shit that happens with the light on my face here. Versus here, where the light's exactly designed to where it is. So that is the only issue that I have with this photo is body language. Other than this is a total 11, but Jean-Laurie, it's something that you have to work on, and I need you to notice that as you're shooting. Always have your subject's energy comes from the heart. So if you're not showing that in photographs, you're letting part of the essence and part of the impact just dissipate. And then you're putting out photos that are hitting like a 50 and they could be hitting like 150. I hope this helps you. Still a very, very good swing. A very, 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 very good swing.
Are you making pictures that you're proud of, but you're still not getting hired? You're not alone. And that's exactly what Portfolio Lab is built to fix. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I go live on YouTube for Portfolio Review Days. You submit your images. I give honest, detailed feedback to help you build a portfolio that books work. Thursdays specifically, we level up. I give you a pro-level assignment to do where I break down real-world briefs. Then, later on in the afternoon, we jump on Zoom for a live mentorship call. We talk business, creativity, gear, strategy. When you join Portfolio Lab, you unlock access to my community. It's global, it's serious, and it's built to help you grow. So remember, weekly Zoom calls, twice live portfolio and assignment reviews per week, real feedback from me, a 35-year pro, and a community of photographers doing the same work that you're trying to do. All you need to do is go.
Sorry, I'm muted. Apologize for that, but thank you, 00. Thank you. Just so you know, Portfolio Lab, I used to do Thursday portfolio reviews and Tuesday portfolio reviews. We've moved the portfolio reviews to only Thursday, and I deaded my ad by accident. I pushed a button. I got cracked out. I pushed a button, deaded my ad. So just to finish that thought, I've now moved Portfolio Lab to just 1 day a week. And thank you. I appreciate that. So it would be so appreciative though if you actually changed that Lala name to just who you are. It's just so much easier. And I want you to also notice everybody else in chat uses their real name, so I can make the association, so I don't have to guess. Delilah who Lala 0000 is. It just says Delilah LaBoy. That's your name on YouTube, like Ammon Photo and all the other people. Just do what everyone else is doing. Shh. All right, let's get into our next photo review. We're trying to be on a velocity. Marlon Stewart, Canon R5, never heard of it. 135 millimeter, never heard of it. That's what I use. A 135 and a 50 and a Canon R5. Shot at ISO 160. F14 at a 13th of a second. F14, you drop that F14 down to F8 and you don't shoot at a third of a second when you're shooting with a 135 millimeter lens. You shoot at 135 of a second. Like, it's 1 over the focal length for your shutter speed. So 1 over the focal length. If you're shooting with a 135, you can't shoot shutter speed sub 135. I hope that's clear. You don't shoot with a 135 millimeter lens at a 30th of a second. You don't shoot with a 200 millimeter lens at a 30th. You shoot a 200 millimeter lens at a 200th of a second. You shoot with an 80 millimeter lens no less than an 80th of a second. You shoot with a 50 millimeter lens no less than a 50th of a second. So you're shooting at a 30th of a second means you can shoot with a 30 millimeter lens with that. And then shooting at F14, making the aperture this big, make the aperture bigger so the bokeh from the 135 actually comes through, which is why you bought that lens, and then compensate on the shutter speed. Okay, is that clear? That is Marlon Stewart advice without even seeing your photos, how to make your photos better, just from how you're doing your settings. Okay, let's look at Mr. Marlon Stewart. Marlon, thanks for submitting. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So your settings are affecting everything. It's affecting your contrast because your picture is too contrasty here, meaning your look and your like is like just hitting the sliders in Photoshop or Capture One or Lightroom. Like, you like the hitting the sliders, and what this picture looks like without the sliders is not this. Because right now what you have is overexposure here. Okay, this is over. This is over. And again, you're still seeing white, but it's over by like half a stop. Okay. Yes, this is white, but this is supposed to be black, and you're burning that out. You're burning that out because of exposure. Exposure here, this is contrast that's too high. Contrast that's like in the 20s to 30s to 50s. Like, I don't make my contrast go higher than 10. Like, I don't raise my contrast higher than 10. Maybe, like, and most of the time the contrast that I add is 3, 2, 7, like 5. So how far you're going with your numbers is crazy, and you need to pull way back. Your light is also too close and also unmodified. So non-modified, oops, that's an R. Non-modified light, meaning just no reflector, no softbox. Like, oops, I don't have, do I have a softbox that I can show you? Not really easily. Oh, wait, look, maybe this will work. Here. This will work. Let's go this one. So look, softbox, modified light. Okay, look, there's another one right there. Modified light, right? Now, unmodified light. See that reflector down there? It's a modifier. That's like that's unmodified light. When you use that, that's called raw light. Okay, I can see that you're using that because of how harsh your shadows are. Okay, softbox, and then you look at me and you see how soft the light is on me. You know what I mean? And how gradual the shadows are. And by the way, there's no extra filters and anything like that, like on my camera. It's just me. And then you see this camera and you see like the light in the background or light on me, and like how there's nothing like burning out, and how I'm wearing white, but it's not burning out. And I'm wearing black at the same time, but the black's not burning out. And then I have brown skin, but the brown skin looks poppy and it's not burning out. It's because I know how to adjust exposure. And that's like the next thing that you have to go cracked out on is what you're doing in your post. Because post Post-production can kill you. This is a really strong image. Compositionally, it's really strong. And in fact, it's so strong, I'm giving you an 11 for how good and how strong this image is. It really is incredible. Okay. But I want you to know also that this is a little bit too far in contrast. There's a little bit too far in black point in here. And that just has to do with how you're using your sliders, okay? We'll do a workshop on that, and make sure you show up to my portfolio lab workshops that we do on Tuesday, because it's gonna help you so greatly. This, my friends, is the one and only Marlon Stewart. Marlon, thank you for submitting. That was a banger of an image. All right, let's ramp it up. All right, this is, hey, yeah, look at this.
If you're ready to stop guessing and actually grow your photography business, these are the 3 tools that I wish that I had earlier. They're simple, they're powerful, and they're made for photographers that are ready to get serious. Tool number 1, my cold outreach master pack. 18 proven email templates and a step-by-step guide to help you get new clients fast. If you've ever stared at a blank screen not knowing what to say, this fixes that. Tool number 2, my professional photographer's habit tracker. Good gear doesn't build success. Good habits do. My daily habit tracker keeps you focused, accountable, and moving forward every day. And tool 3, the ultimate photographer's call sheet. Shoots get chaotic fast. This call sheet organizes your client info, your gear checklist, and shot list so you show up confident and prepared. You can grab all 3 right now at thecartymethod.com/tools. They're built from real-world experience, and they're ready to help you grow today.
All right, jump into my digital tools. They're cracked out and definitely ready to help you grow today. All right, we are on to Mr. Rafael Ortiz. Raf shot with the Nikon D850 with a Nikon 70-200 2.8 at ISO 125 at f2.8 at 1/640th of a second. Shot with natural light and a Godox in a big softbox. This is Rafael Ortiz. Rafael, this is a yes for me, bro. This is an absolute unequivocal yes for me. That gets an 11 off the bat. Number 1, it's loose. It's loose. It's unpretentious. I'd like to see different poses. The hands on the hips is great, but I'd like to see her hands down. I'd like to see different head angle changes, but this is a yes. I want you to watch your treatment. You're using presets. Yes or yes? You're using presets, meaning you're putting some sort of filter on this. You're putting vignetting on this. Like, you're doing shit that is dating. That's dating. D8. Yeah, date. You got to spell date. Yeah, no, I didn't need that. Right. It's dating your images. Datings. It's dating your images. It's making them look like they're from the 2000s when Photoshop first came out and people went hyper crazy on Photoshop. I'm just going to remind you, look at my stuff. Like, I'm going to remind you, look at my stuff. Notice how there's no filters. Notice how there's no extra warm, or there's no vignettes, or there's none of those hooks and tricks that photographers use that can't make photos, that can't light as a hook, okay? You can light. You don't need those type of filters. And just to remind you, when you're looking at contemporary photography and ads and stuff, guess what? None of those filters, none of them, Raphael. So why are you using them in your professional work? Okay, so that's my only issue. And I've brought you so far in such a short time. The next thing, Raphael, is what you're doing in post. Let go of these presets that you're buying from Peter McKinnon and a bunch of idiots that have never made a nickel from real contemporary photography, except from the fact that, like, they have a massive audience. So, like, they basically clients just buy into with the hopes that you'll post the shit to millions of subscribers. Like, it's card tricks. This is why Peter McKinnon's thing is called the pirate ship. But anyways, I don't do card tricks. I do real tricks, which is real photography. You don't need to play the card trick game like these other hacks are doing. Do real classic contemporary photography and drop the presets, and this is a hit. It's still an 11. It's still an 11, Raphael. It's still an 11, but I'm trying to undo bad habits with you. I'm literally trying to break bad habits with Raphael Ortiz. Hey, who just became a subscriber? Hey, thanks for subscribing. That's step 1. Step 2 is becoming a member, because, you know, discovering me and hitting that subscribe button, that's free. Everybody should be doing it. But I do really appreciate you becoming a subscriber. Thank you. All right, let's get into Nakumba Booker Jr. Shot with the Canon M50 with a 24-70L at 70 millimeter at 500th of a second at ISO 500 at f3.5. By the way, when you're watching me review other people's photos, it should help you too, right? Like even if you're not part of Portfolio Lab and you're not submitting, you should be, but even if you're not, it's okay, because this still benefits you. It still benefits you on such a level if you choose to use it. If you choose to use the information that I'm giving you, it'll benefit you on a crazy level. But again, it's like you make your own choices. I can't tell you what to do as far as your photography business or how you choose to have ethical vibes towards finishing and doing the work, then blah, blah, blah. That's all on you. Nakumba Booker Jr. Let's see what you got for me, Nakumba. Let's get it on. This is a dope frame, my guy. It's a dope frame, but it's lazy. It's a dope frame, but it's lazy. I'm going to show you why it's lazy. I'm going to show you why it's lazy. It's lazy because this is what it looks like when it's on a double page. It's lazy because you cropped it to you cropped it because you felt like it to a 10:8, right? Like now that's 10. And again, magazines are 12:8. So you're just going on the beat of your own drum and not listening to any of the things that I've said for all the times that you've been watching my photo reviews. And then also look how he's on the gutter when you have all this space over here to put him perfectly where he wouldn't be on the gutter, the center of the magazine. And you're also giving him headspace as if he's on the cover of a magazine. Oops, which he's not. You're giving him headspace as if it's a cover, but it's not a cover. It's a horizontal, which is a totally different formatting where his head needs to be up here. Right? I mean, like his head needs to be up here. And for me, this is like an example of, you know, this stuff, but when you're in the moment, you forget it. You forget it. And also, this is a vertical frame. Like, what is so important this way and this way? Well, this is, and this is. Okay, well then move him over and put him in such a way that he's in front of there. So for me, this is lazy framing, Nakumba. Just lazy. And also, we do not crop horizontal photos. Okay? There's no such thing as a 10:8. There's no such thing as that. It's a 12:8, because that's 2 pages in a magazine. Which is why this layout is available inside Portfolio Lab for you to access, so you see how you're supposed to lay out photos. All my layouts are there. All my cover all my cover overlays. So you know how you're supposed to shoot. But if you're not using those and you're just going to do your own thing, I mean, cool beans, but you're just advancing slower than everybody else. And people who started after you, who listen, are going to pass you. So Nakumba, this is lazy and unacceptable. It's a great frame, but it's a useless frame because you wasted the opportunity because you didn't care enough about how you framed it. So you need to change that. Change that about you, and you'll make money. You'll be a photographer. Keep that like that, and you'll be struggling the whole time. Because you see how I just like bang, 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 bang? It's because there's a format. It's because there's a system. There's a method. There's the Carty method as far as how you mathematically shoot so you never miss it. I talk about it. You're not listening. So that's on you. That is Nakumba Booker Jr., everybody. Thank you, Nakumba, for submitting. This is Lyncia Taylor. Lyncia. I got your name back. Lyncia. Okay, shot with the Nikon D810 with 50 millimeter, a 250th of a second, f3.5 at ISO 200. Shot natural lighting. This is Lincia Taylor. Lincia, let's get it on. Lincia, you have something here. You have something here. There's a vibe here for sure. There's a vibe here for sure. Let me show you this as a cover. You now, on the other hand, are also doing things wrong, which is meaning you're cropping to 9 by 12. You're cropping to 9 by 12. You're cropping to 8 and 8.5 by 11. You're doing your own thing here. 8.5 by 11 because you felt like it. You please don't pre-crop for me because I'm the art director. I'm the coach. I'm the one who's telling you how to crop. Don't you tell me this is how my picture is. I want to see how you shot it and how it came out of camera. Because you can see also when I put my overlay up here, it doesn't match up because you cropped it. Everybody else is matched up because they don't crop it. But when you go to the beat of your own drum and don't listen to the exact things that I'm saying, it's like going off the rails. Because now I don't know what the frame is, actually. I don't know how close you cropped it. I don't know how far you are. And it makes it a lot harder for me to give you accurate coaching. So please, I'm going to say no crop. No crop. That's not crop. There's no E on crop. No crops, okay? When you send me photos. This here is 8 inches, okay? This here is 12 inches, okay? It's also a 3x5 frame. It's also known as a 3x5 or a 3x2. Sorry, my bad. Not a 3x5, a 3x2. This is called a 2x3 frame. It's 2 across that way and 3 down. Now, Instagram is a 4x5 frame, which is an 8x10 crop. But you're not shooting for Instagram. You're shooting for magazines, or you're trying to. You're shooting for commercial clients, or you're trying to. If you format your whole life around Instagram, you're going to lose commercial work. And again, this is what we are trying to help you stop. Other than the crop, the light is great. The expression on her face is great. The exposure is great. The backlighting is great. And the scene is great, Lincia. The scene is great. So for all of those reasons, this is an 11 out of 10. But the most important part is listening to the instructions that I give you, which is no crops. My team, because we are having so many people now submitting, if you miss those instructions, they have the permission to like not include you in photo reviews because you can't follow instructions. Okay, so please, Lincia, lock that in for next week. All right. Thank you so much for submitting. It's a great image. It's a great image, and I gave you an 11. All right, that is Lincia Taylor. This is Natalie Shalem. Natalie shot with a Sony A7RV or R5. With a 50 millimeter ISO 100 f8 at 0.5 of a second with a multi-flash. She's trying something. This is Natalie Shalem with, let's go, Natalie. Let's see what you're trying here. Natalie, you're trying a little bit of fine artwork that it kind of like, I don't know if I can say it falls out of your wheelhouse, but the execution, your light's hitting here instead of up here. Obviously, this dog's head was down here where it started and it came up. Like the exposure up here and up here is where it needs to be. And currently this is under like half a stop. So half a stop on black, like now you can see how actually hard it is to see what this is. So now you're looking at this with a question mark because you're doing tone on tone without perfect exposure. If you're doing tone on tone, like black on black without perfect exposure, it just looks muddy. And sadly, your idea, it's a cool idea, but the execution is muddy because you didn't give it enough light. Meaning if your readings are, 100 ISO at an f8 at a fifth of a second, then you shoot at 200 ISO at f8 at a fifth of a second, which doubles the amount of light. Or you shoot at f4 or instead of f8, you shoot at f5.6 at 0.5, which also doubles the amount of light. Or instead of shooting at 0.5 seconds, you shoot at 1 second, which doubles the amount of light. Okay. So when you look at the back of your camera and you see, that's dark. I just gave you 3 different ways to brighten it without compromising the integrity of the shot whatsoever. Okay. So when you start now, you finished it, you shot it like that, and then you get that as a result, and then you fix or try to fix it in post. That's when you jump the shark. That's when now black is gray and so you have to nail exposure. And in fact, for my Portfolio Lab members, we are doing an exposure workshop, and I'm going to teach you how to master exposure so these mistakes don't happen. As you can see, I'm a master of exposure. So that's what I'm here to teach you. All right. I hope that helps you. That is Natalie Shalem. And again, an 11 on the idea. Sadly, it's too underexposed for us to actually see with the right impact what is happening here. But the idea is worth reshooting, Natalie, and I hope you will. That is Natalie Shalem. Great idea and a great swing, okay? This is Dan Gomez shooting with a Nikon Z6 with a 70mm ISO 400 f4 at 1/160th of a second, shooting natural light. Oh my God, you understand how fucking good it feels to be able to read. Excuse my language. I apologize for that. I'm not cursing anymore. So I'm just shaking out these last curses so they get out of my body. But you don't understand how good it feels to read. That was so painful for so long. This is Dan Gomez, ladies and gentlemen. Dan, this is a banger. Banger, like so hard that like I have to put my cover masthead up first. I wanted my audience to see it before like I spit out any words. This is it. It's a great use of scale. And again, scale means small subject and massive scene. So you are showing the difference in size between a human or the item that you're shooting and where that item is. Dan Gomez, this is one of my favorite shots of the day so far. Like, this is fantastic. Like, literally fantastic. I'm so happy that you're a part of Portfolio Lab. It's in focus. Like, it's tight. Bro, this is killer. All I can say to you is I can't wait to see more work from you. So I have more of a sense as to where you are on your journey, what you shoot. Where's my thing? And how I can help you. Hello, my mouse. There it is. Over here. Go over here. Jeez, man, too many screens. This is making me crazy. All right. So yeah, that's my only dream is to see. Oh, well, that's also why, because that's on. Yeah, I'm about it. What do I say? And again, now look what it looks like when you don't crop your photo. You see how tight this masthead, and now I can say, oh, now I can cut all of that out. I can put my cover right here. I can put my masthead right here, and it doesn't hurt the integrity of this picture. I can also see exactly where Dan cropped. I can see exactly all the details, and I'm like, now I can be like, I trust this shooter. I trust this person. They're not hiding anything. So that's what I want for you as well, Lincia. Okay. Hey, Dan Gomez, welcome to the club, my guy. Welcome to the 11 club. You murked this. Murked it. You murked it.
If you're stuck, if you're overwhelmed,
no, we're not playing that one.
Tired ready to
stop
this alone, it's time for
grow your
coaching. The
photography
Carty
business.
method.
Sorry.
Coaching is built for photographers
that
who
I had
want real
earlier.
results.
They're simple, they're
whether you're trying,
powerful,
and they're made for photographers that are ready to get serious.
Sorry.
Tool number 1, my cold outreach master pack. 18 proven email templates and a step-by-step guide to help you get new clients fast. If you've ever stared at a blank screen not knowing what to say, this fixes that. Tool number 2, my professional photographer's habit tracker. Good gear doesn't build success. Good habits do. My daily habit tracker keeps you focused, accountable, and moving forward every day. And tool 3, the ultimate photographer's call sheet. Shoots get chaotic fast. This call sheet organizes your client info, your gear checklist, and shot list so you show up confident and prepared. You can grab all 3 right now at thecartymethod.com/tools. They're built from real-world experience, and they're ready to help you grow today. If you're a photographer serious about turning your passion
Well, I guess the spot ended early, which is okay. I don't really know how long these spots are anymore, but every once in a while I need to step off. Because, you know, doing these photo reviews, I don't want to say it like takes a lot out of me. It used to take a lot out of me, but I had a brain injury. Now, these photo reviews give me life, and I love it. Love it. Give me more. I got 17 photos to go. I've cranked through 10. We need to increase the volume at how fast I'm looking at these photos because I have more radiation today. And I don't like things carrying on from one week to the next, you know? Because there's something to do every week. There's business to do every week. All right, let's get into Joshua Haney. Shot with the Canon R6 with a with a 85 millimeter, ISO 400 f8 at 1/125th of a second with a single strobe. This is Joshua Haney. Joshua, let's get it on. Josh, this is a yes. This is a yes, unequivocally, right off the dope. Right off the dope. Yes, this is a yes. This is a cover. This is someone who's been in my accelerator. This is someone who's been with me for almost like coming into his second, like you've been with me like since last year, dude. So again, this guy, the photography, understanding the format, understanding how to shoot to layout, Joshua Haney gets it. Joshua, this is killer. Let's do just a quick, just to show the others what's possible. Look at the light. Beautiful front light. He was in a dark scene, but he really wanted to use his background, so he used artificial light, relatively raw, in order to like make this really snap. He used raw light, but the placement, which is all that light is, the placement of his raw light is perfection. Perfection. Just, and it's masculine. We get good catch lights in the eyes. His skin looks killer. And again, the light here is so good that he could shoot with an iPhone. He could shoot this with an iPhone and it would still look like this. For anybody who is following my social media and following me on Instagram and seeing what my iPhone 15 pictures are looking like. Also, by the way, follow me on Instagram and follow the Carty Method. The Carty Method is your Instagram, meaning my viewers, the people who submit, people who are part of Portfolio Lab, people who are part of my accelerator. I showcase only those pictures, and they also go into the Carty Method magazine. And the Carty Method magazine is going to be actual print, like a printed book 4 times per year. The only way to get published in that book is to win Photo of the Week. That's your qualifier. So when you hear these photos of the week, that unlocks you now being inside the Carty Method magazine, which you could find on Substack at thecartymethod.substack.com. I hope you choose to follow. Yo, Mr. This is it. I'm very pleased with you. This is definitely an 11 all day, every day for Mr. Joshua Haney. We move on. This is the man, the myth, the legend known as Doyle Daniels. Shot with the Nikon Z8 with a 70-200 f2.8 at 90 millimeters, ISO 640 f8 at 1/2 or a 0.5 of a second. Shot with 2 strobes and 1 continuous light. This is Doyle Daniels. Doyle. And again, do you see what's happening in Portfolio Lab? Do you see the people and what their stuff looks like that choose to join Portfolio Lab? Are you seeing the level of work? This is what happens when you choose to put yourself out there and put your work up for some other person who knows more than you to give an opinion. This is the kind of ideas that come out of you when you are looking at the kind of work that I prompt you to look at, which is like Doyle, again, another person who's been in my accelerator, is in Pro Lab, has been in Portfolio Lab for well over it. Doyle Daniels works full time. This guy takes care of his parents. This guy takes care of That's why he wanted to be a photographer, because he's got a full time good job that he makes good money, but he needed more because he's taking care of too many people. So Doyle Daniels, just like who's got crazy photography, he's in my accelerator. This guy's doing $2K a month as a photographer, as well as simultaneously working 7 days a week at a full-time job. And he's still doing, if he didn't have that job, he'd be doing like 10K a month, which we're helping him make that transition. But this is Doyle Daniels. Doyle, this is artful. There's one thing, okay? It's the height of your front light, okay? Don't take offense to this, but the height of your front light is too high. Okay, it's too high and it's raccoonizing your subject. Okay, you're raccoonizing your subject because you pushed your light just a little bit too high. Okay, you see this shadow here and this shadow here. It's because the top light is coming. First of all, it's too close to him and it's too high. So rather, and I'm going to show you I'll try to demo it here. Rather than, here, let me go like this. Okay, so it's this way. Jesus, pointing the wrong way. So this is this light, right? And you see this is my camera. That's the camera secret time. And this is this teleprompter. Camera's around here. So I can actually see chat and look at you and read what you're saying. This is the other setup. But I want you to see like where that light is on my face and the angle. And now when I go back to here and you see this, and I take my shades off, I want you to see this angle and how it's top light, right? It's top light, but it's not creating raccoon eyes because it's not like here, which you put it like here, right? It needs to be like out here more. Still up, but out here, so it catches this. You have it like up. I'm exaggerating, but you have it like here. It's higher, but you have it here. And then here, it's creating shadow. It's creating shadow because the bridge of all people's foreheads, you see that ridge? You put the light so high, that ridge essentially creates the shadow. And the higher that you go up on that angle, the more the shadow it creates. So when you go more that way, you can see now it doesn't create that light. Now I'm going to show you your photo back again, and then everybody at home is like, oh, I get it. Holy shit, right? Now you get it, right? Your front light's just too front. It's too front. It's too here when it needs to be more out here. That's all you need. Other than that, Mr. Doyle Daniels, this is pure fire. Definitely an 11. Deserves all the flowers. But where you are right now with your career, where you are right now with the kind of work that I'm helping you make, that you're making on your own, but that I'm coaching you on, my standards for you are higher. My standards for you are higher because of how good you are, Doyle. So that, I mean, I'm not classifying it as a mistake. It's still photo of the week worthy, still a brilliant photo, but I want you to see it as you're shooting it. You're not allowed to leave set with photos that you raccoonized him and you didn't notice through the whole thing. So again, what you're doing here and how you're kind of making the lower half of his mouth, like that's also part and parcel to the placement of the light here. But you can use flags, you can use blockers, you can use other things to create that shadow here without compromising the light that's here. Cool beans, very good effort, very good effort. That's an 11 for me. And again, you see, like the stuff that I see within a photograph, the things, the nuances, the small little like things that somebody who doesn't have like literally 40 years experience shooting photographs and 35 years professional, you're not going to see it at the same quickness that I see it, which is why having someone else assess your work is so much smarter, faster, and better than trying to do it yourself. All right, this is Kyle Kiono, shot with a Sony A7R5 at 50 with a 50 millimeter, ISO 1250, f8 at a tenth of a second. Okay, I'm questioning your settings, Kyle. F8 at a tenth of a second. Why not F4 at at a 50th of a second? If you're shooting with a 50 millimeter, you can't shoot less than 50th of a second. It's 1 over the longest focal length of the lens. So if you're shooting with a 50, you can't shoot at a tenth of a second unless you're using a tripod. And I don't think that you are. Okay. These are again rules. And ISO 1250, I said, although your camera can do it, I said, I don't want you shooting higher than ISO 800. Don't want you to, but you're doing it still. Okay. Again, these are things I say, you have to listen, you have to write them down, and you have to act on them. And then not the next week, deliver me back settings without even me seeing the photo. I'm still saying these settings are off. Okay. Let's look at Kyle Kiono. Kyle, thank you for submitting. Now, especially when you're doing corporate work, because again, for me, this problem, and again, Kyle, this is a great photo. And again, I'm giving you love. It's composed beautifully. It's definitely formatted correctly. You're doing some weirdness with the blue light in the background. Like the blue light that's back here is odd. And then the color balance that's on her skin is also odd. So it's about like how you're executing these ideas. Like blue with skin tone, especially business, is not usually a thing. It's neutral. Neutral is what we're trying. So that is a clean white background. I see it more. And also you see, like, is this shirt white or is it pea yellow? Is it cream? Like a color balance then becomes, and then her skin tone. Is she that warm or is she a bit more neutral? And then her teeth kind of feel a little yellow. So these are things like that all come, oh my goodness, sorry. That all come from when you're like not locked in with the settings that you're using in your, like, there's something called using the same settings every time, eh? There's something to be said for using the same settings or locking into like, this is my happy spot. No more than F this, no lower than ISO this, no like these, no higher than ISO this, no like this is the lens that, like, you kind of need to like find your way as far as because you're just doing a different thing every time. And it's really difficult for you to get any kind of consistency because you just try something different every time. And I know you've only been making pictures since February, which you use as an excuse. But the only way that you catch up with that is by doing the research and listening to the things that I say during these photo reviews, writing them down and acting on them, Kyle, the next time that you shoot. Now we're going to zoom this picture in because this is when this picture either sings or falls apart. And with the camera that you have now, Kyle, Are you saying that this is what your data is supposed to look like? Is this what your data is supposed to look like now that you spent $10,000 on gear? Is this what your data is supposed to? Do you see all of the grain? That is your ISO. That is your settings. That is your settings. Okay? And we need to fix that. Okay? Like, you see what the picture looks like when someone looks at it 100%. This is not what your data is supposed to look like. So, Kyle, you need to be in these workshops, these workshops that we're doing on Tuesday, because that's literally how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to learn to fix these issues that you have. Just to show you the difference, Kyle, when you know the settings and you get it, let's look at Mr. Josh Haney, Mr. Joshua Haney. Let's look at this and look at the difference, Kyle. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in overall quality, overall sharpness when you nail the settings. Look at the difference. So that to me, like, it's how you make a great camera bad, is by going all off on like what you're doing in the sliders in Photoshop, and by not knowing like ISO, shutter speed, aperture, exposure. Like, if you don't know that, you can't hide from it. You just can't. So again, I hope that helps you, Kyle. Don't get discouraged. I know that you had a hard week, but you got this. Stay the course and keep doing the reps, because sadly, no one else can. No one else can do this for you. No one else can teach you like exposure. No one else can teach you settings. You have to learn that shit on your own. That's the only way to do it. Okay? So do the work that helps you get there. That is Kyle Kiono, everybody. All right. Next on the list, let's move this over here, is Mr. Andy Phillips. Andy, glad you're here, buddy. Andy shot this with a Canon T5i 50mm ISO 400 f14 at 200th of a second. Shot with two Godox SK 400s. This is Andy Phillips. Andy, this is a cool contemporary shot of you, but we're in the realm, Andy, with you of like, how many photos of yourself are you going to have in your portfolio, bro? How many photos of yourself are, like, how many times are you going to use yourself to test light and use yourself to shoot pictures of yourself? You understand, you're not able to place the light right. You know what I mean? The Rembrandt light here, it should kind of cut a little bit here, but you can't see that because you're the subject and you're shooting with a remote down here on your finger. Like, you can't see these small nuances, because you're supposed to be on this side of the camera, not on that side of the camera. That side of the camera is for where the people who pay you hang out. You are not going to get paid because you're trying to be with people. And then when people see a portfolio that's all you, well, then either this guy's a psycho and has like an ego that is so massive that he feels like he needs to have his own self in his portfolio. And again, I'm not talking Instagram. I'm talking about your actual portfolio, which if you look at mine, you see 0 pictures of me in my portfolio. Like, that's not what your portfolio is about. Your portfolio is about showing the professional work that you do out there in the world. It's not about showing you. And when you look at my portfolio, like, there is not a photo of me in my own book. These are subjects. So, and spending any time doing that, anytime, is just, I hate to be so dry, but it's a waste. And I say this, Andy, and have been saying this to you for a year and a half. If you're not willing to go out and find small businesses that you can bring value to with your camera, you will continue to financially struggle, which you are. It's just you need to do the work. You need to do the work that breaks you out of like, I'm going to take a picture of myself, to I'm going to find a business that I can bring value to and take pictures of them. Like, I don't know if you're watching my Instagram, but I did this thing called Random Acts of Kindness. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, Les. Let's give you a little smoke, because Les, subscribing, it takes obviously no dollars. It's free. There's like animations that happen when you push the subscribe button. It like animates. Even when I say subscribe, it like animates, and it's free. And it notifies you when I go live and when I put content out. But still, like, I have 44,000 subscribers. I should have 44 million subscribers for what I believe that I'm doing for the photography community. But again, I can't control that. That stuff is up to you. All I can do is do my best and give you my best feedback that will help you elevate your photography career. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So those who choose to subscribe, you guys are my warriors. I appreciate you. Andy, it's not good enough, bro. I'm sorry. You can't keep doing this. Thanks for submitting. All right. This is Daniel Van Cleef. So pleased with Daniel. Daniel's been working so hard. Daniel shot this with the Fuji X Pro 3 at ISO 1600 f8 at 1/110th of a second. 50 millimeter crop sensor. This is Daniel Van Cleef. Van Cleef. Daniel, there's something here, bro. There's something here. There's a couple of lighting things that I want to get into. There's a couple of distraction things that I want to get into, but like the body position and the way that you're showing the ink and the tattoos is really strong, and I really appreciate that. The way that you composed it as a cover is really strong, and I really appreciate that. Here's two things. The light that's coming in here is excellent. So this gets like 5 or 6 check marks. The light that's coming in here, in the position of that light, good Rembrandt lighting. The light could have gone a little bit more that way to give like a little bit of a pocket of light here. She's doing pokes, which is crazy style. But what we need is to bounce this light back. We need a reflector here and on like an angle like this. Let me just hide that. On an angle like that, in order to kick back light in on this dark hair, which we're losing. Sadly, we're losing the shape of your girl's head. Yes, we have like a pillow here, which gives us a bit of a separation, but the exposure down here is, I'm going to call this under 2/3 of a stop or under half a stop. The exposure here is under, I'm going to call this under 2/10 of a stop. Like it's not even under, like it just needs just a little bit of a boost. It needs just a little bit of a boost in exposure. Your placement of her in here is really great. This is crooked. This line is straight, but again, you go in here and you straighten this sign or this poster because that's crooked. And then you put in a little bit of extra light in here, or you throw in some yellow or warm light in here using another source, like to push down on her. And that other source could be over here and also giving a little bit of separation on this arm on her as well as there, and putting a little bit of accents on the plant. So for me, this one light setup, it needs two. And this doesn't qualify as a light because all you're doing is using that to fill in back here, like her, like shitty ring light. We don't need that. I mean, again, it's just, it's a tattoo artist ring light. I'm not trying to call it a shitty ring light, but as far as photography light, we can't rely on this to do the kind of quality of light that we need in here. So obviously you're putting your light in here, but you need also a second quality light coming in here for that separation. That is Daniel Van Cleef. And again, Daniel, this is an 11 for you, but you could make this photo better. You could make this photo way better just by using a second light. And again, remember, backlight, front light. You're using just front light, but not adding that backlight, front light element. Because what we do, like, look, here's your table, right? Here's your table. This is a top-down view. And you have one light here. It's actually, your one light is here. So it's kind of in the front, right? That's why I have this here. So you have one light here, but you're not mirroring it with a second light here. that where you're actually aiming at the two lights aim at each other. That's the secret. And then now you shoot that way, you can shoot that way, you can shoot that way, you can also shoot that way, you can also shoot that way. But because you have these lights mirroring each other, it doesn't matter where you go, you're in between this like perfect light, like I'm doing right now. Do you not see, like, that's what I'm doing right now? I'm actually surrounding myself in light. I have light coming from here, but I also have light sources from back there coming this way, right? When you see me here, I have light from here, that's side light. So I have really cool Rembrandt light on my face, but I also have light from behind pushing into the scene, which gives like these little accents like on my face and these little highlights when I turn that way and when I turn that way. This is all deliberate, all deliberate. Front light, side light, back light. You can't just use one. Mix them if you want to level up the quality of what your light looks like. Because again, I'm in a YouTube studio. I mean, I'm in an apartment, you know? And this is what I make the light look like. And you can too. All right, guys, that is Mr. Daniel Van Cleef. Van Cleef, thank you for submitting. All right. Two lights sometimes, okay? All right. So, guys, so you know, I am Steve Carty, and I'm the founder of the Carty Method, which is a 21st century system for making an ethical full-time living as a photographer. I help photographers from all over the world go from making literally nothing from their cameras to making $10,000 a month, over $100,000 a year. I have people in my program that are doing $10K a month on retainer. Now, how do you get into my system? Well, you can, right now, I have an accelerator running, but you can't get into my accelerator now until January when it starts again. But you can buy my system you can buy it a la carte. You can literally buy my system a la carte, where you buy phase 0, okay, which sets your stage. Then you buy phase 1, which teaches you about how to make the right work for your ideal market. Then phase 2, the packaging. I teach you everything you need to know about the packaging triangle. And the packaging triangle is the body of work that you have, the way that you display it, so your portfolio, your website, and you. You are so much a part of the packaging of your work, but yet photographers, they don't show themselves on social media. I don't show myself in pictures, and they're just losing, making nothing and wondering why. It's because they're not packaging or positioning themselves well. So in phase 2, I teach you the packaging. Okay. In phase 3, I teach you about the value business. We are in the business of bringing value to people. Nobody cares about your photos. Everybody has this in their pocket. They can make their own photos unless you're bringing value to them. Value is what people trade money for, is value. And if you don't understand how to bring value to someone else, you'll make $0 from photography. And I promise you, that's why 76% of photographers fail within their first 2 years of business, okay? Because they don't know this part. This is the value business, and that's phase 3. I teach you everything about how to make an offer so good that you would be an insane person not to take that offer. Phase 4. Phase 4 is the systems. There are so many systems for making money as a photographer. I make an astronomical amount of money from pointing my camera at things. Astronomical. And because I have systems and I have ways that I make money in the background. I have ways that I have client acquisition on autopilot. I have ways that I use social media that bring me clients on autopilot. Like, there's all kinds of systems. But if you don't have systems or no systems, again, you're making no money. Phase 5, and watch this. We've not tried to talk to a single person yet. But in phase 5, now, after knowing how to set your stage, after understanding how to make the right work for the right market, understanding how to package it, then understanding the value to bring value to businesses and how to create a valuable business. After implementing all the right systems to have money come in, then I teach you how to outward reach. And outward reach with a strategy that works 100% of the time. I've literally, people reply to every single email I send out because I know how to outward reach, because this is my system. This is the Carty method. This is how you make an ethical living, how you make over 100 grand. And again, this course costs like, I don't know, like $2,000 to get this. I have people who have this and are making 10K a month. This is like a nickel holding up a dollar. And believe me, the price of this course will go up. I promise you, it's too good. And then then we outward reach. And then finally, phase 6, which is integration and mastery, which I teach you how to go through every one of these and make sure you're not missing a beat. This is the Carty method. You can buy this today. Or you can wait for my accelerator. Now, my accelerator, it's that material only delivered in an 18-week cycle. In 18 weeks, every week you do another phase. It is so intense. Also, costs the same amount. But you got to qualify. I hand pick people to be in my accelerator. I usually take like 12, 15 people, because again, I get a lot of FaceTime with them. I got to like them. So again, if you're one of those people who might not be likable, buy my system and do it on your own. But the thing is, once you buy my system, you get access to Pro Lab, Portfolio Lab. Once you're in the accelerator, you get access to Pro Lab and Portfolio Lab as well. So you're not going to be able to avoid me, because then now you get me every Sunday and you get me every Tuesday and you get photo reviews. So there's nothing like what I'm doing with photography education with the Carty method. There's nothing like what I'm doing. If you're watching this, if you're struggling, if you're like, I need help, I'm not making any money, this is your solution. And no, it can't be free. And no, I don't give it away on YouTube. Okay? So there you go. All right, let's get on to the next. This is Malik Brand. Malik shot this with a Sony a7 III at the 50mm ISO 100 f8 at 1/100th of a second. This is Malik Brand. Malik, let's get it on. Malik, you got something here, bro. You got something here. The body language is wrong. Like, body language is what you need the most help with. Like, I want you to think about this pose. I'm going to shoot this beautiful tall girl who's got this tall outfit and like these shoulders and this hair. And I just want you to think about this. Instead of having her dead on, okay, I'm going to have her turn her energy and project behind me, who's not even remotely close to that direction. And I'm going to have her crouch down. Wait, let's do it the other way. Crouch down, like, Malik, what? What? Like, this pose is broken. Okay? She looks broken. Again, you're now, again, the retouching, very beautiful. I got to make sure you're not going too far. But the pose and what this does, again, I'm a designer. I literally am paying you to shoot the shoes, the pants, and the jacket. And this is how you're going to show it, with her crouched and behind. Or would you show it like this? Instead, it's like, dude, she's falling down in the photo. She's literally falling down in the photo. So you need to open Vogue, which I've said 137 times to you, and find a pose, and then have your subject do that pose, because you're not good at posing. And again, I'm saying it now with you, Malik, cut and dry, because I'm pissed off. Now it's like, it's been months that you've been doing this. You don't use references. You do whatever the fuck you want. And that's frustrating because you're such a good photographer, but you don't listen, bro. You don't listen. And it's making me crazy, okay? This photo had such potential, such potential. Look at how beautiful this girl is. But again, is this the most flattering way to see a female's face? Over the shoulder, like. No, it's like this. Secret time. It's like this. Straight on. Flattering light. Malik, you're making this way harder than it needs to be. You're literally making this way harder than it needs to be, and it's painful. The background light, what you're doing with the studio light, again, what is happening here in your post-production? Do you think that this post-production, like I'm gonna look at this in a magazine and see this gray background and then your shitty white cleanup and be like, perfect, bro, that's going in my mag. Do you think that that's gonna happen? Like, this is sloppiness, bro. Look at the dirt on the background. Oh, I'm gonna pay this photographer $10K a day. Like, Malik, you're literally cutting off your nose to spite your face. If you don't know how to do a perfect white, learn how to do a perfect white. Don't think that you can do it in post with in between hairs, dude. And don't think for a second, dude, that I'm gonna miss this and not mention it. Because that's not what I do here with my integrity. Because the integrity here at the Carty Method is the best photographers in the world I spit out, okay? You wanna see some of the photographers that I spit out? People who have been my assistants, like Wade Hudson, who came to me when he was 17 years old, Jamaican-born photographer, the best young photographer I had ever seen, okay? This is the kind of photography that I spit out. And it's not my work. This is people who assist me. This is what their work looks like after being with me for 2 years, okay? This is Wade Hudson, who's my assistant for 2 years, okay? So, want another one? Corey Vanderplu, my assistant, also for 2 years. Like, this is who I spit out as photographers, okay? Who I spit out. And the level of quality that I expect from the people who are my assistant is, yes, that's The Weeknd. All my past assistants are crushing celebrities right now. It's Corey Vanderplu. Like, Jesse Milnes, like, it doesn't stop. Like, Malik, this is what people who actually listen to me, this is what their careers look like. This is Jesse Milnes, my assistant for 2 years. So, Malik, there is a method to my madness, but you notice you don't see these kind of mistakes from these cats? You notice? You want one more? Javier Rivera came to me. This guy has literally a master's degree in aerospace engineering. Gave that up to be my assistant for free for 2 years. This is him now as a fashion photographer who he asked me to help him become a fashion photographer. This is Javier Rivera, Colombian. No, he's not Colombian. He's Greek. Yeah, he is Colombian. Never mind. He is Colombian. So this is Javier Rivera. To just show you, this is your competition, Malik. So I ask again, is this acceptable? Sorry I need to be so hard on you, bro. Sorry I need to be so hard on you, but you need it because you're fucking around and I'm tired of it. All right. This is Allison Diller. Allison shot this with a Sony a7R III with a 65mm lens, ISO 1000 f5 at 1/50th of a second, shot ambient light. This is Allison Diller. This is Allison Diller. Allison, yes. Allison, yes. Allison, yes. Allison, yes. Yes, Allison. Allison, this is a cover. Just FYI. This is by far the work I've been waiting for you to make the entire... Allison booked... She's in my accelerator. She's booked me for 6 hours of coaching. She's done 2. She's done she's done the phases, but she's not done the phases. And Allison is in her head. She's a planner. She wants to plan every shoot before she squeezes a single frame. Oh my Christ, this girl needed to just shoot and shoot and shoot. And finally, she's unlocked the shooting. And finally, this girl has hit something that is off the charts. Allison, this is the best shit you have ever done. Unflinchingly, unequivocally, your best work. I am so proud of you. This is killer. Allison Diller. Oh my God. Go have a cocktail right now because this is Taylor Swift's losing her shit. This is a yes. In fact, I'm so happy with that. Allison, you need the smoke. Like we gotta give you the smoke. We gotta give you like the love. That is just love. Thank you, Allison, for literally the beginning of you catching up to your future self as a photographer. You just made a huge leap towards who you will become as a photographer because you weren't there yet, because you were with a notebook and a notepad writing what it looked like, writing it down, but you weren't acting anything to push you towards that end result until today. And this is absolutely it in every way, shape, or form. Ladies and gentlemen, so you know, Allison Diller has now seen The Matrix. Allison, welcome. We've been waiting for you. Do you guys enjoy my live streams? You can leave a comment, hey? It wouldn't kill you to be like, holy shit, this guy, whatever you choose to say afterwards. Whatever you choose to say afterwards is fine. But, like, we're doing something that no one else is doing. I'm going to remind you two at home. Look at this live stream. I do this on my own live. I programmed all of this stuff. I'm a 55-year-old person. Like, I'm a photographer. This isn't my first thing, but I had to learn and teach myself all of this stuff to make watching me live visually stimulating, exciting, and fun to do. And also encourage you to maybe join Portfolio Lab because this is the transformations that I'm so emphatically passionate about, is helping you make these transitions. Join Portfolio Lab. This is Isa2. Isa2 says, shot with the Sony A7E10 with a 50mm ISO. No, we don't have your ISO. You got to make sure you tell us the ISO. And f 2.5 at 200th of a second. Shot with 2 lights, but not telling me what kind of lights. Isa2. Isa2. Yes. This is Isa2. Let's get it on. Isa2. This has a good quality. It's the body language that's the issue. Again, you've heard and you probably by now figured Carty's going to have an issue with my image because my model is like this instead of projecting energy forward, because what that does is look at what happens with her neck, right? You see no human is exempt from this. No human is exempt from what happens to the neck when you pose them projecting their energy outwards, not at camera, and then have them turn their head to camera. It just doesn't work. And her head angle doesn't work. So, and then her hand on her ear is clutchy. It's not elegant. And how you do that is you don't take a picture, is you have the person going like this, and then you shoot the picture as she's doing this, okay? And then you also will notice that it looks better with her hand tucked a little bit behind her hair rather than her hand out like this, which if you look at it, it's literally this. So that is what it's like. The pose is wrong. She's projecting out. Her hand is here. Her head is turning. It's like, so again, isotope. What you do is you look at Vogue. And you look at Vogue and you find poses and then you imitate them, because you're too new on your journey to be inventing your own poses that may or may not work. Just use poses that you've seen in print. Because the internet, anyone can put anything on the internet. But Vogue, how many people do you think have to approve a Vogue cover? How many people have to approve a Vogue cover? How many people have to approve an ad in Vogue that they're paying $1 million for that ad? How many people approve that photo? So if you look at those photos and then you imitate the poses and the head angles and the lines that you see from print, well, your photography just goes. But when you think of a pose and you pose someone, sadly, you get that. And she looks scared. She looks scared to death because you didn't prime her. She's unsure. That's a better word. She looks unsure. Would you agree? In her eyes, she looks unsure. In her mouth, she looks unsure. In her hands holding her head, she's not sure, which means she doesn't have confidence in you because you're putting her in a place that she doesn't feel right. And you're pushing through it. That's why she's like this? Do you mean like this? You mean like that? And you're like, yes, click, 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 click. So don't do that. Like, your people have to be a little bit more free. Your subjects have to be a little bit more free, and they have to have a reference point. You see this? Do that. That makes it so much easier for them to actually get what you want them to, or get something that is usable. I hope that helps you. That is Isa2. Thank you for submitting, Isa2. All right, we go on. We are at David Holmes. David Holmes, Sony A7 III and a Sigma Art 24-70 2.8 shot at 29mm ISO 400. I can read. Let's go. I can read. F1.6 at 1/250 of a second. Shot with a Godox light. This is David Holmes. David. This is a good swing, David. The pose while your chiropractor is actually doing the work. You've cropped this quite tight. So when you look at this as a cover, you see that you're clipping the masthead. You're clipping his head here to the masthead because, again, he's too high up in the frame. You know what I mean? And then her down here, my double page, like my single page spread overlay is missing. I have to fix that. I'll do that tomorrow. But when we come down here, it's going to be quite close here when we go to an 8x10 and quite close here, meaning all you needed to do is back up. So or push the table over so you have more room. Super, super simple. Also, the table is going this way. The wall is going that way. Why not, like, you see how the table, the wall is this? Why not move the table so the table actually runs parallel to the wall, which is supposed to? You know what I mean? This thing up here, put my jacket, take that off. Take that off the wall because it's black on a white thing. It's kind of distracting. And then her wearing a black bottom on a black bottom, we'll have her wear something like this. Have her wear a white bottom, which then now separates him here from her here. But again, it's like, well, how far you want to go with this? Well, I want to go the whole way so I actually make $10,000 a month. Okay, well then this is how you do it. And then you see this, you take this out in post, right? Because it's crooked and not at the same plane as this. You take this clock out in post. These lines are straight, which is great. But this clock you can take out, this you take out, and now with this out, you have room for copy, text. And guess what else? You also back up. So you're not so close on the edge here, and you're not such compromising here, here, and here. Okay, so David Holmes, a very good swing. It's not an 11, because the light is also quite boring. Your light is just, your camera's here, literally, your camera's here, your light is right on top of your camera, and it's like, there's no sexiness about the light, it's just flat. So your camera's here, your light is here, you're just pushing light in, it's above, so like there's no weird shadows. Okay, I appreciate that. But if you look at the light on her, although it's even, it's boring. If you're looking at the light on him, it's even, but it's boring. Why? Because your camera's here, your table's here, your light is here, straight one light, flat light, which means boring, which you need to do front light, side light, and back light, and preferably 2 in the same frame. Now, imagine this. You have table there, you have camera position here, you have your light like also here, but then you have a secondary light outside camera here aiming this way. So now you have highlight here, you have cool light up here, you have highlight here. Or you put the second light over here, you push in here, you have highlight down here, separating her from here. You have highlight across here, separating him from the fact that this is like blending together. So these are the things that we do, David, to make it so you're not making boring photos. Like, competent photos is not enough. We're not trying to just be competent. We're trying to be elite. We're trying to be next level. We're trying to be like, oh my God, I can't believe, oh my God. Like, we're trying to be like trying to stupefy people. We're trying to make people like not be able to believe how incredible that photo shoot was because like we put our light like this, we put the subject in between and we rotate our light this way, which again, front light, side light, back light, choose 2. If you're using 1, you're boring. Okay. That is David Holmes. David, thanks for submitting. Again, competent, but it's not an 11, my guy. I'm sorry. It's not an 11. Little good vibes for you. I appreciate you all for being here. Truly. I appreciate you. Let's get into Frank Tom. We are down to our last 7. The final 7. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the final 7?
If you're a photographer serious about turning your passion into a career, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. You see, most photographers think that tutorials and YouTube is going to get them paid. But without structure, without mentorship, without accountability, nothing changes, which is why I built my Carty Method Professional Photographers Accelerator. Hear this. This isn't a course. It's an 18-week career transformation built around my proven 6-phase system. It's the same system that saved my business, the same system that's helped photographers go from stuck to fully booked. Here's what you get. Number 1, live training that walks you through everything from building a market to pricing to systems to client acquisition. Live masterclasses that break down each phase in depth, and weekly cohort sessions that I call ProLab. This is where we work together in real time. But here's the difference. This isn't a solo learning experience. You're joining a team of photographers who've gone through my system and who are doing it again with purpose. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building a business that actually pays you, go to thecartymethod.com/accelerator and join the waitlist right now. Let's get
to work is what I say there. Obviously, we're going to just fix that accelerator spot. Guys, I hope you're down with what we are doing here because I'm telling you, there's nothing that makes me happier than helping a photographer get to that next level. But I can't do the work for you. That's the thing. I really can't. I wish that I could do the work for you, but I can't. You have to do the work yourself. And but that work, as I said, that work, once you unlock, that unlocks hundreds of $1,000s a year. Like, I mean, I like talking about numbers sometimes because business is important, and this is about the business of photography. But like, I've done $60,000 in 3 days. 3 days, $60,000, like photo shoot, video. Like, it happens real quick. Like once you unlock, it goes like with a velocity that you've never seen before. Guys, next shooter, Frank Tom, shot with the Canon R5 and a 85mm lens. ISO 100 f7.1 at 1/200th of a second, shot natural light. This is Frank Tom again. Frank bought my phases on his own. He did them a la carte on his own with no support. And then now he's in ProLab and I support Frank in ProLab. Frank Tom, his photos are phenomenal. He's an ex-Google exec. He's a systems guy. He left Google to be a pro photographer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Tom. Frank, let's get it on. Frank, yes. I mean, what do I say? Yes. Definitely hits hard. It definitely hits hard. Let's look at this as a double page. The only issue is where you cross the gutter. Our gutter's here, right? So our gutter's here. We can't have this coming across the gutter like this, which means you have to push her this way and you have to pull back a little bit in order to make it so the gutter goes here. Now you see how much of a compromise that is from your shot. So then guess what? This extended leg idea for your pose, that no longer becomes the idea. Now the idea, because it compromises your gutter, it doesn't work vertically as a single page. It also doesn't work double page because her legs are long. And they, like, again, the light on her face, the scene, the idea, the everything about this picture, the color combination, the clothing that you shot, her watch, everything about this shot, Frank, is an 11 out of 10. Okay, everything. But I'm going to show you how to. This is how you, when you're in this situation, this is how you fix the pose. Watch. Okay, so your idea was the girl on this side of a double page frame, right? The girl on this side of a double page frame. And you're like her this with like this leg. You could just think about it, how awkward it is. It's like, well, why would you do that? Like, it just, her foot that way, right? Watch the difference. Instead, she's just this. And guess what else? She can stretch this way. She can stretch this way. Guess what? Her legs stay in the frame. Just by you having her do a baseball crouch instead of this foot out there crouch. It's the smallest thing, Frank. And I know it makes you feel silly because it's so obvious, because hindsight is 20/20. But you have to know that Saucony or Nike or OnCloud or any of these shoe brands that are going to hire you to shoot such an image, they are not going to run this image because this, and what happens here is her ankle then dips down and then it pops back up, and this shoe is too close to the gutter. It's too close to the gutter. So they wouldn't run this shot. But now if I had this leg and then another one of this leg, well, you could punch in and shoot just that, these double shoes, and then turn that into its own double page. This is why people pay me. This is why people pay me the big bucks, because some of these things are hard to see on your own. They are hard to see. It's hard, but this is what I'm here for. This is literally this is what I do, is I help photographers see, because I am a seer. Her skin, Frank, the light on her face, her smile, her energy, the clothing, everything is a yes. But you missed it on what you're doing with this shoe, bro, because that's not a pose that a photographer puts a subject in. You can even see she's awkward. She's falling forward, which is why she had to put her hand here, because she can't, because this is not a natural sit. Her chest coming, the face, it's giving us the energy, but the pose is not right. I hope that that's clear, and I hope that that brings you value, Mr. Frank Tom. Frank, again, this is still an 11, but with you and where I'm taking you, this right here and how close that is to the gutter, that's unacceptable. And you need to know that. So when you're doing these commercial shoots, you'll switch these poses from this to something that, like, again, she could even be jumping, like like on that side, and she's jumping and coming down, like you're lunging her up rather than trying to push her into the other side of the page. This is all stuff, Frank, that I know that you know, and I hope that my explanation, I hope I didn't harp too much. I love you, Frank. You know that. That's Frank Tom. All right, Frank, really good swing, my guy. Really good swing. And again, I've missed seeing like my inner circles work for like a minute. Like I really do miss that. So, and by the way, guys, if you want one-on-one help, I'm a coach, clearly, but it also not just me. I also have Nick Johnson, and Nick Johnson is somebody who I've been coaching for about over a year, but Nick quickly transitioned from me coaching him to him like getting my system, working my system, turning it to the point where he's doing 6, 7, 8, 10 over per month. And now he's part of my cartel, and now he is very much my right hand. So I have an insane team, but not only can you be coached by me, you can also be coached by Nick Johnson. And Nick is an exceptional coach. He really understands the Carty method like as well as I do, and he explains it incredibly well, very much like I do. And he knows post, he knows pre-production, he knows systems, he knows marketing, and he can help the same way that I can, but at a bit of a lower rate. So if you're looking for coaching, you can do an hour with me around like $300. You can do an hour with Nick around $200. And Nick is crazy good. All you need to do is go to thecartymethod.com and click coaching. And you literally scroll down and you can do an hour with me. You can do many different ways with me, but you can also do an hour with Nick. So we got your back. You know what I mean? We got your back. And if you're interested in coaching, just go to thecartymethod.com and book an hour with me or book an hour with Nick. Nick is gangster, and you guys know how I am. So I hope that brings you value. Nick is the man. All right, that is coaching. Let's get into, we are into our last 6. This is Shadrich, shot with the Sony A7 IV, the 24-75 GM Grandmaster lens, ISO 500 at f5.6 at 1/640th of a second, shot with 2 strobes. Two strobes in one. Let's have a look at what my, oh yeah, no, I'm good. Just need to look at my calendar here to make sure that I'm not supposed to be like radiated. No, we're good. We're very good. We're very good with our timing, so we're not worried at all today. Hey, Laura. Is that Lori? Lori, welcome. Thanks for subscribing, girl. I hope this brings you some value. Thanks for being here, Lori. I appreciate you. All right, Shadrich. Shadrich is in my accelerator. Shadrich is, I'm trying to turn into the world's most famous dog photographer. Shadrich has got a passion for dogs. He's got a cool space. He's a dude. He's in my accelerator, my current program, and we are trying to take Shadrich to over 10K a month with his camera. Let's look at Mr. Shadrich Webb. Shadrich, this guy just Much like I said earlier, this is the day. I said this was going to be the best photo review show ever. I promised you this was going to be the best photo review show. I said this last week. Shadrich just saw the Matrix. This guy now sees the Matrix. Shad, this is the kind of dog photography that people who own dogs spend $1,200 for a session, spend $2,000 for a session, because you know how to light. You picked a very perfect purple seamless to do this. You picked the right dog, the right eye angle, the right head angle, the right Shad. This is unequivocally the best thing that's come out of your camera that I've seen so far. Number one. Number two, yes or yes. Exactly what I told you would happen if you did this. Exactly what I told you would happen if you chose to do this with artificial light instead of continuing to shoot natural light in dog parks. I said your work is going to go from here to stratospheric. If you stop shooting dogs like on a leash next to their owner at the dog park and start shooting dogs in a studio with light, like you're shooting a portrait of Richard Avedon portrait. Start shooting dogs like that and watch your value just went up. And this is the mental math that I try to explain. Like, this guy just figured out how to bring value with photography. This is valuable. And this is what you learn inside my accelerator. So, Shad, I'm not going to stroke you too much more, bro. Guess what? That's an 11. And guess what? Also, the best shit you've ever done. Congratulations. That is epic. Epic, epic, epic. Old people, you still watching me? You? Still watching me? You? You over here still watching me? You still watching? You're still down? You're still with me? Still getting this? You hitting the join button? She doesn't know where she is. You see, I'm trying. By the way, you can also listen to me on Spotify. If you want like listening to me instead of like watching, you can listen to my Sunday, the Carty Method podcast on Spotify and also Apple Music. I'm on Apple Podcasts. You can open your phone and be like, hey, let's open podcasts and like see like the Carty Method. Like it's dope. And again, it took me so long to get to this point where like I was on multiple platforms and blah, blah, blah. But you know, now it's like, now you can just simply go to thecartymethod.com or search the Carty Method on YouTube, search the Carty Method on Spotify, search the Carty Method anywhere that podcasts are found, and you find me, which for me still is pretty cool that like we figured out how to be like, how to broadcast, how to podcast. Like, look at this. Like, this is Apple Podcasts, the Carty Method, and like all the episodes that I have on here. That's just like the latest one, but it's cool. And same thing for Spotify. Go have a look, have a listen. When you're in your car driving, listen to me. I mean, obviously, the podcasts that we do on audio only are listening podcasts. They're not visual, because obviously when I'm showing stuff, it becomes really hard when like you don't get to see it. Like, I can't do photo reviews as an audio podcast, right? Because it's so visual. But the stuff when I'm just giving you information, we can. So go to your favorite podcast platform, including Substack, and we're on there. All right. This is Angela Pacino. Angela shot this with a Fuji X-T4 with a 53mm, shot ISO 160 at f4.5 at 1/200th of a second. Shot with two Profoto strobes. No, 3 Profoto strobes. Okay, Angela. Let's look at Angela. And again, Angela, sorry. Like, it took, like, I was calling you not Angela, so I apologize. And again, brain injury, brain cancer, blah, blah, blah. Angela Pacino. Oh my God. Angela just unlocked. Oh, Angela just unlocked. Angela, You see the Matrix finally. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you, girl. Angela Pacino, I've been waiting for this from you the whole time. Angela, also in my accelerator. And again, you just see the ones who are in my accelerator, you just see how the work is like, it's at another level. I'm just sorry, it just is. Angela, now I see you. Now I see you. I literally, now I see you. And oh my word, girl, you got some talent. Now, I mean, there's a reason that we let you in my accelerator. There's a reason that we let you in. We don't just let any willy-nilly people in here. But it's because you can do this. And even if you didn't know that you could do this, we knew that you could do this. We knew, oh my goodness, look at the quality, Angela. There's a couple of things you're doing. You're using 2 lights from the front, which you're canceling out yourself. This is no bueno. Okay, we do not do this. There's only one sun. So there's definitely not ever 2 front lights. Okay, now only a trained eye will see this, but this is what you're doing. Okay, this is your background. This is your subject. This is your camera position. And this is your lighting here and here. Yes or yes. Please, 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 please never do this. It is so whack. Okay? Never do this. Hacks do this. People who can't light do this, and you're not a hack. Same light. Watch this. Same light exactly. Okay? Instead of, and I'm going to draw you a side position. Okay? So this is a side. This is your subject. Okay, this is your camera position. This is your tripod. Okay, this is you standing here. The light is here, above you, behind, aiming that way. The shadows behind fall behind her. So there's still the same. And then you can put your light behind her here and push up and get this vignette that you have going on in the back. Okay, the light comes from here. Frontwards, but it's high. It's heightened up this way. Okay? Hide that. It's heightened up that way. You push it up this way and light down over top of your head. Never this. Okay? Because, again, never. Now, the next thing, like, again, screenshot that. I'll screenshot this for you, Angela, because I care about you so much. So we're going to screenshot this. So you have this as a reference against your photo. Okay. That's the first thing. We're going to screenshot that now. So watch. When you're setting up, okay, the whole idea is we're trying to bring shadows down here, shadows down here, shadows here, and shadows here to like add shape to her face. What you're doing is you're canceling out light, meaning put light in here, which then pushes a shadow that way. And then you're shooting that way to cancel out this shadow. So essentially cross lighting, and cross lighting is not what we do. I'm going to remind you, there is front light, side light, and back light. So this, imagine subject, subject here. So there's front light that's going there. There is side light, which is light that's going there. And then there's backlight, which can come anywhere from around this axis, meaning there, meaning there, meaning there. That's aiming at either camera or aiming at subject. Front light, side light, backlight. And the best is this is your subject, this is your rear light, this is your front light, and this is where you're shooting from. These lights mirror each other and aim at each other. Now you, again, I've said this already today, can rotate this way and this way, or back here, rotate this way and this way. And because these lights are aiming at each other, not straight this way, but at an angle. So you have perfect Rembrandt light that way, and then perfect rim light that way. You got Rembrandt coming in here, and you have a rim mirrored from the backside. That is how you light. You're here. There's many axes where light can come in, but again, I want you to think like like this and you're doing a line like that, or I want you to think like this and you're doing a line like that with your light, aiming that way and like that, and you're shooting that way. Okay? That alone, Angela, will change your reality for light forever. Please never. First thing I do when I look at a photo, the first thing I do is this, to see if there's double front lights. Double front light. Because that does not exist in nature. There is no two suns. So you're creating two suns, which we don't. There's only one sun. So, which is why you have weird shadows here and weird shadows here. And there's this weirdness happening here because light doesn't go in two directions at the same time. Only goes in one. So I hope that brings you value, clarity, and the intensity for you to never light like that again. Okay? Thank you, Angela Pacchino, for absolutely, by the way, hitting an 11. Like, this is an 11. I want you to know. It's an 11. You just lit it wrong. But still, you see the vision. And that's why I started this whole thing by saying, you now see the matrix. You now see the matrix. You're just operating the matrix. You're just like, instead of being on like an 11, you're on a 7. So it's just, now I just moved you to an 11 where you can still operate that. And you're like, oh, okay, wait, I'm way more comfortable here. I'm just helping you like navigate through that. I hope you understand. All right, guys, that is Angela Pacchino. Let's get it on. And again, I promised you good vibes. Did I not promise you last week good vibes that this brain injury was affecting me and making me sharp and moody and look at this. I've been doing photo reviews for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm fresh. I feel good. I'm excited to look through these last 5 photos. I don't feel like, oh, come on, can this be over? Oh my God. No, I'm still, give me more photos, because I'm telling you, after this brain surgery, all the anger, all the frustration, all the it's just gone. It's just gone. Like, I survived. Like, I could have died. So I'm just a different person. And I try to explain this because it happened for me the second I woke up from, it actually happened even before I had the surgery. When I realized that I had brain cancer, I was just like, okay, I didn't even cry. Like, the doctor's like, you have, you have, we saw some stuff in your brain. I'm like, okay. Like, literally, I was like, okay. And like cancer. Okay. And, tumors. No. Okay. And it came from your chest and it migrated like up through your neck into your brain. I was like, okay. What do we do? Well, we're going to operate on you. When? Tomorrow. No. Okay. Like, as soon as possible. No. Okay. You're going to be awake. No. Okay. And my girl, you can imagine, like, my girl is like coming out of her skin and I'm like deadpan. All right. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, don't worry. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Like, not even stressed at all. At all. I'm going to walk out of there like a soldier. And guess what I did? Walked out of there like a soldier. You set your intentions, and then life catches up with what you say you want to happen. The thing that's hard is that people are weak, and they're afraid. Naturally, because this whole system makes us weak and afraid. School to politicians to COVID to everything is all about making you scared and weak. I'm not that guy. I'm not scared or weak. So I'm not affected by that stuff because I'm on my own intention. I'm on my own intention, which is how I built this YouTube channel. I raised it to this amount of viewers, how I built the Carty method, how I found this team, how I built my photography career, the people who I have around me. Like, this is all intention set, and then the universe catching up with what I say I want to happen. It doesn't happen the other way around. You don't, I'm hopeful. No, I want to be this. I'm this. And then that occurs. You need to learn how to set intention, because without knowing how to set intention, your life is chance. My life isn't chance. I set this. I architected this entire thing, this entire person that you experience as Steve Carty. This was architected, and it started when I was 5 years old. 14 years old when I found a camera. Well, that was the beginning of me architecting all through high school what my future would be. At 17, when I saw Vogue for the first time, me realizing, oh, it's fashion photography. My first studio. And 16 studios later, like shooting for Vogue. I set the intention that I was going to shoot for Vogue, and I haven't shot for Vogue. I've been published in Vogue. But shooting for Vogue will happen this year, because now I believe in myself enough to shoot for Vogue that I will be submitting to Vogue to the point where they hire me. Simple. So we set our intentions, or we don't. But that's up to you. This is Natalie Bennett. Natalie shot with a Sony A7 IV with an FE 135 millimeter 1.8 ISO 160 f 3.5 at 1:125 of a second. This is Dr. Natalie Bennett. Natalie, what's up with your exposure, girl? Why do you think that you can submit a photo to me that is literally one full stop underexposed? Is this normal exposure? Like quote unquote normal? This is under. Everybody who's watching, put your hand up if you realize that, if you know that this is an underexposed picture. Put your hand up if you know this is underexposed, like too dark. Put your hand up. Like in chat, hands up. Let's see. Chat. Hands up. We all know that this is an underexposed picture, but somehow you don't know it's an underexposed picture, and you think that it's okay to submit this, and you think that it's okay for this to leave your camera and come into this house. You're too good for this, Natalie. You are too good of a photographer to submit a photo that's 1.5 stops underexposed. It's like your settings are wrong, which means a mistake. And when a mistake happens, you correct it and then submit it. Or you leave the world thinking that you care this much. This is how much you care, Natalie, about photography. That's how much you care. So if that's how much you care about photography, why should I care about your photography if you don't even care about it? So much so that you'd rather send a picture that's a stop and a half underexposed to me just to show face saying, hey, I'm doing it, rather than make a photo that's worthy of someone paying money for. This is the furthest that you've slipped. Number one, you don't know how to shoot at night. So why are you shooting at night when you're still learning how to shoot during the day? Why are you trying to make something harder when you haven't mastered the easy thing first? And also, exposure is exposure is exposure. When you see this on the back of your camera and it's dark, you know what to do to make it lighter. And if you don't care enough to do about that, why should I care enough to do a photo review for you? You can understand that, right? For me, this is a non sequitur. This is a no. This is upsetting. And you're better than this, Natalie. I'm not giving you a photo review for that photo. That is Natalie Bennett. All right. You can see I don't fuck around. Sorry. I don't fuck around. All right. Now my crew, my team. And just to show you how I don't fuck around, watch how I, excuse my language. Again, this is the last day you'll ever hear me do curses. I'm just getting them out of my body. I've got to get them out of my body because... But what I want you to see now is my cartel, meaning my team, the people who work for me. Everybody who I'm looking at right now, I pay them. But they're also part of my system, and I'm also coaching them into being $150,000, $200,000 a year photographers. So because they're my team, how I look at my team's work, you saw what I just said to Natalie. What do you think it's going to be like when I look at my own people's work? But they still submit to me because, meaning not submit, but submit images for me to review because of the value of having someone else's eyes on your work. End of story. End of story. because of having someone else's eyes on your work, that is what changes your reality. And either you have ego where, oh my God, you hurt my feelings, Steve Carty. I don't fucking care. You're not doing the work. You're going to fail. If I hurt your feelings, it's because you're not doing the work. So do the work so I don't hurt your feelings. Simple. Okay. This, and again, I've seen none of these pictures. I have people who do show prep. I see none of these pictures until this second. Every single photo review, I'm seeing it that time first. In order for you to get a real, I don't look at it and think about it and blah, blah. No. I look at it right now. And also I don't have the time. So I look at photo reviews as they're happening. Sean Thomas shoots with a Canon R with a 30 millimeter. I gave Sean my 24-70. I don't own it anymore. I gave it to Sean. Sean shot with my 24-70 at 30 millimeters at ISO 100 at 100th of a second and at f13. Shot natural light. This is Sean Thomas? Really? No, that's not Sean Thomas. That is, and first of all, what's happening here with that picture is Delilah LeBoy. Okay, Delilah, this is your photo, which is, we have a little show notes issue. So whoever I just shit on, which is obviously not this photographer, I have to now apologize because the order of my show notes and here, Natalie Bennett and Delilah LeBoy, and like we mixed up here and here. So let's now look to see whose photo this is. Okay, I nailed that one, but between here and here, something got mixed. Something completely got mixed because this is now Delilah. In my accelerator, Delilah, this is a stop underexposed. It's dark. You know how to fix this. This is not an acceptable submission. Natalie, Dr. Natalie Bennett, I have to apologize because now I see your photo and this isn't it. And I'm so glad that I caught it. Delilah, there is no excuse for submitting subpar work. You know this is dark. Don't submit because I just want to get something in. No. Get something in that's worthy. And if you shoot something that's one stop under, you can't save it. You can't save it in post. You can't save a stop under. You just can't. So it means you reshoot it. It means you reshoot it. Or you submit nothing because you don't have anything. Simple. Now I feel like an asshole because I shit on Dr. Bennett, who should know better. And she does know better because this is Dr. Bennett's photo. And Natalie Bennett, I apologize because other than the fact that you cropped this photo, which you know the rules, we do not crop photos. You see this? We don't crop photos, okay? But everything else other than this, yes, her arm's on the gutter and she's going a little bit too far. Your exposure is good. Your light is good. Your idea is good. So, Dr. Bennett, I'm going to let this slide here because this is such a good photo. I'm going to let this slide. This is the last time you're allowed to crop a photo, a free crop, like wherever you feel like cropping. You don't get to do that. The magazine's just going to take half a picture where now the magazine doesn't get this edge. You're going to just do that to Vogue when they hire you? So, Dr. Bennett, this is an exceptional idea. I want you to look at the and again, do you see why I was so pissed off? Because I thought that this was not like, look at your light. Look at how far, Dr. Bennett, you have come with your light. Look at the attitude in this girl. Yes, you now just went from, I thought it was you, and now you're getting an 11. I'm so sorry that I mixed that up, and I'm so sorry that you had to watch me blah, 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 But again, looking at my show notes, picture to picture, didn't line up. So Amond and calligraphy, A, was it me? Watch back, was it me? Or B, was it you? The way that the notes were. Okay, figure that out, please. All right. So, and Liza Hyder, who was one of my coaches as well. I'm developing Liza into a full coach. She's part of my system. She's part of my cartel. Liza said to Miss Delilah LeBoy that she's going to work with her directly. This is my team reaching out saying, you know what, girl, my only female coach is like, girl, I got you. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to work with you and help you get to the point where you're not making those drastic mistakes like you just made. Okay. Again, I have a good team. Like, they're insanely good. And the photographers who watch me are also insanely good. This is killer. And again, that now is my photo review for Dr. Bennett. You see that 11, Dr. Bennett? I so apologize again for that mix-up. Wow. All right. Okay, so we're up to speed now. Let's... I don't do show prep. I don't check show prep. I just run. So it's like, I trust. And I don't know how I missed it. I think it might have been on me. I think I might have double clicked and skipped by. I think that's what might have happened, but you guys can watch back and tell me. All right. Okay. So now I look at my team. Oh, and here, yeah, this is definitely show notes. It's definitely show notes. Definitely. This needs to come here and be there. Yeah, it's how the show notes were made. Again, this is the first week that we're doing it this way. It's going to take a bit for us to adjust and make it so we're not making any mistakes. I hate mistakes. It makes me crazy. I'm so anal with this kind of stuff, especially with my live streams. All right, this is Sean Thomas. We're down to the last 4 photos, okay? Down to the last 4 photos. Starting with Sean Thomas. Sean shoots with a Canon EOS R with a 30. This is why I'm Sean Thomas, and I clicked Sean Thomas, and then it was Dr. Bennett's picture. This is how this whole thing started. So Sean shoots with an EOS R, 30 millimeter, 24 to 70, shot at f13 with 100th of a second with ISO 100, shot natural light. This is Sean Thomas. Sean, welcome back, bro. Welcome back, because I was getting a little frustrated with the work. I was needing work from you, Sean Thomas. Look at the discipline. Look at the discipline to where, and again, he's too close to the gutter. He needs to be right here, yes or yes, right? He's too close to the inside of the magazine because the magazine goes like this and then out. So this part here is going to crouch down. Let me just make this another color. Right? So this, oops, that's not the right color either. So this part is going to dip in like this and then dip out like that, right? Like the magazine dips in and dips out. The magazine dips in and dips out. So putting him here is too close to the dip. Follow me? Put him here and he's now moving to the car, right? Putting him here, he's now moving to the driver's side of the car. And it's really, Sean, he should be right here, right? He should be right there. And now if that is like just the ground painted, sorry, let me just do this. If this is just the ground painted, then that's easy. If this is an elevated thing where you have to climb him up to be on here, well, now he can look down on the car and that can look absolutely sick. The placement of dude, oops, that's wrong too. The placement of dude needs to be here. Like this is so clear that the guy needs to be coming. Look at that placement, like with him literally here. How good would that be? Or here. But again, this is the driver's side in Canada or North America. This is the driver's side in England and South Africa and some other things like that. So is he going into the passenger side or is he going into the driver's side? And if he's going to the driver's side, then why is he over here? And again, he's on the gutter because this dips in, the magazine dips in, and that means that he's going to be on the dip in here closer to the gutter than he even appears here. So Sean Thomas, this is an 11, but you could have made it a 75. You could have made it posters. You could have, like, if you just had this guy here focusing on being the driver. And then you would have been shooting him over his shoulder, or you could have him looking back this way or looking that way as he's moving his body into this car. So Sean Thomas, I'm happy that you are back to making images at this level, but seeing this picture here, you can see that the mental math has to be, when you're at your level, is where is the smartest place for me to put this man? Where's the smartest place of all the places for me to put this guy? Phase 1 is here. Phase 1 is there because he's out of the gutter, and he's not affecting your gutter. Phase 1 is here, and it's also because he's now centered between two frames. The second place is to fill up this white gap, which is to put him here and to have him go in here. Yes or yes, Sean Thomas. I hope that brings you value. And again, this is an 11, Sean. You know, for the average person, for the average car photographer, for the average guy who's not Sean Thomas, what's the best photo they've ever taken in their life? Right? But for you and for us, we don't have, and we can't. It's impossible to be a successful photographer and also have an emotional connection to your photos. I really love it. I love that photo. I don't care if you don't like it. I love it. I love it. That's why I'm showing. It's like, all right, dude, stroke yourself all day, but no one's paying you. You're making $0 with photography. So stroke yourself all day. But Sean, that's not the case for Sean. And if you look at his work, he's exceptionally good as a car photographer. He's exceptional. And for me, I'm trying to take him to a level that he continues to be called upon by Porsche. He continues to be called upon by collectors because of his level of detail. And you can see his level of detail is already insane. His understanding of double page, his understanding of shooting for magazines, his understanding of all that stuff is already there. But we need reps, and we also need ways that we look at frames differently. Like we need ways that people help us, meaning myself and my team help you not only curate what this collection looks like, curate how the pictures flow together, but we're also responsible for like how people feel after looking at our photographs. And our goal is to grow a desire and make photographs that are at such a level that when people see the work, they're like, oh, I need this guy. Oh my God, I need this girl. Like when they see the work, it's so powerful that potential clients are like, oh, this is the girl. Or, oh my God, this is the guy. Like this guy's work or this girl's work is crazy. And when you're a Porsche owner, when you're shooting supercars and like sports cars like Sean does, well, when he says like a shoot with me to shoot your car, it costs $9,000. They're going to be like, of course it does. Look at your work. Look at it. Look how much you care about your details. Right? So like that's why it's so important to care so much about the final. Like if you're not like what's the point? You know what I mean? And again, why I also who I handpick for my team. Like who I handpick for my team. I'm very specific. Sean Thomas, everybody. Sean, thank you for submitting. All right. One more look at Sean Thomas's photo for y'all. And how would you have caught that placement of where he put it? And would you have put him put that subject in a different place? Would you have caught that? Just questions. All right. We are down to our last two photographers. This is calligraphy. Also part of my team. Calligraphy shoots with a Nikon Z8 with he shot this with an 85 millimeter. Shot at a 40th of a second, f2 at ISO 320. Okay? Shot with a Westcott light. This is the mighty Calligraphy. Thanks for submitting. Calligraphy, you're onto something here. There's something here. The light that you're using, the bokeh, there's something here. I think the thing that I have like the most issue with is like the cool guy vibe that this guy's trying to be. Like, I know you're trying to give him back a reflection of who he is, but at the same time, like, if like the vibe is that this guy looks little drug dealer-ish, looks like he's making deals, looks like he's trying to be like rapper, like it becomes like he's very costumed and sunglasses at night. Like, it takes a certain kind of a guy to do sunglasses at night, but what that does is it separates you from your audience. It's separate. Like there's no eye connection. I've been wearing sunglasses the whole episode, and again, you can see how much more connected you are when I look like this. But I just had brain surgery. I need these bright lights, but I don't need these bright lights in my eyes, because my eyes, I'm a professional photographer. My eyes are my most important asset. I wear super high quality, expensive sunglasses. I have more pairs than I can count. I change the pairs like every day, every couple of days. These are one of my newest favorite pairs. And it makes it easier having this light on my face when I don't have sunglasses, when I have sunglasses on. But when you're shooting a subject, when you're shooting a client, like, get the shots with his sunglasses, but to me, like, it's just, he's not even on his phone, bro. Like, he's fake being on his phone, because I can see the inside of his phone, and if he was on his phone, like, you would see like his phone would have like the like phone app, and then it would be like dialed out, and then you'd see that he's talking to someone, especially if he's holding it in such a way that you can see in on it, you know what I mean, and then see that he's not actually on it, he's just faking being on it, which means he's like, yeah bro, like, which means he's a faker, which means you're documenting him as a faker, and that's not the kind of a person that you are. You're more of an integrity person. Don't let your subjects, just because they're giving you dollars, don't let them run you. And for this is like, he's telling it, you set up the idea, but he set the close. He set the, I want to be on my phone, I want to wear my sunglasses, and then you just let him. So what he ends up looking like is kind of like douchey. You know what I mean? And you have the ability to control, he's a stranger. So you're flagging people on the street and asking them to shoot. Okay, dude, totally cool. Shoot 3 more people and find someone who delivers they deliver a little bit better. Also, the chest energy projecting sideways instead of projecting at camera. These are all things that you correct. Him, hey bro, take the sunglasses off, put your phone in your pocket, just look at me this way. You can just say that to someone and they're like, I want to do this. I was just like, cool beans, dude. I no longer want to take your photo. Like, you don't, if this is a stranger, if this is not a client, not paying, just you doing street photography, bringing your lights, or staying in a place and letting people come to you, pose them. And don't, again, this is the 4th time that I've talked about chest energy, heart energy, and it going towards camera, what that means, versus it going over to Bangladesh or over to the, like, the difference between that. And also, you see this highlight under my arm that's coming from this rear light back here. You see the highlight under here and the highlight under the hat. Like, that's the power of like front light, side light, back light when you use it correctly. So calligraphy for me, I want to see the other stuff that you shot. This guy's like Pizzagate outfit and all this stuff. It's just, he just looks too like off the wall for me. For me, not someone who fits in your portfolio, personally. I hope that brings you value. And also, only choose to shoot people who fit in your portfolio. Just choose people who fit. Don't choose to shoot people who don't. Like, again, like, look at my portfolio. You choose who makes it in here. You choose them. And you choose them. You choose who, like, gets. Did you know that I shot Jared, who's like a golden ticket winner from Kill Tony? He's from Toronto. I saw him walking down the street. Like, he has Down syndrome, and like, he's a hilarious comedian. He stutters, and like, I just found him. And then it took me 2 months because he has Down syndrome to get him into my apartment to shoot this photo. But again, it's like it happened, and he's a Kill Tony golden ticket winner. And anyone knows Kill Tony, you've seen Jared. Like, you get to choose who you highlight on your site. You choose them. It's up to you. You see, I have nobody on my site that I'm like, that guy's whack. I hate that outfit. I hate the guy's personality. Like that, those people do not get profiled. In fact, they don't get photographed. Okay? Calligraphy, thank you for submitting. This is calligraphy. Let's get it on. I appreciate that it's social anxiety, and it's hard to go out and shoot people. But the things that I told you to do, we talked yesterday, I gave you a list of things to do. Start that. It's going to take 7 days for you to, for this won't happen in 7 days, but you have to do that other thing that I told you to. All right. This is our last photo of the day, coming up on 3 hours. And I really did try to go quickly. Last photo of the day belongs to the mighty, the talented Joseph Baldwin. Joseph runs my publishing empire. He runs the Carty Method magazine. Joseph is a skateboarder. He is from Texas. He's a G. He's currently in, what city in Texas is Joseph in? Sure. Houston. He's in Houston, says my girl. Thank you. And also because my girl got to meet him, because Joseph and his girlfriend met my girl in Houston because my girl went down there on a job. Also notice the details that Joseph cares about. Notice how Joseph didn't crop his photo to anything except for the full frame. Notice how Joseph shot a double page spread. Notice how Joseph framed this subject dead center in between 2 pages that are then in between a double page in a magazine. Do you notice how he framed him as on 1 page and how perfectly centered this is? Do you see how he's he's using mixed light, meaning light and shadow, but the exposure on where the light is and the exposure where the light isn't is both good. Nothing burns out. Like technically, okay? Technically, this is a perfect photo. Technically, like, look how much he cares about his subject and what his subject got like a butt in his mouth. Like, look at the outfit. Look at the Adidas skate shoes that he's wearing. Like, everything about this photo is curated. Every single thing. And for that reason, it's unequivocally an 11. And he could still make it better. He could still be better. But again, Mr. Joseph, this is so good. This is unequivocally an 11. I'm very proud of you. I see how much you care. I see how much you put into this. And again, clip it, because that's the end of the show. Joseph smashed that, my guy. Smashed it. All right. That is the end of the photo reviews. But before I go, I got to tell you who the photos of the week are. Hey, let's go. Is that Sean Thomas? Member for 23 months. Guess what happens to you next month, Sean Thomas? You get your next icon. Sean says, thank you for the critique as well as showcasing my work yet again. We'll prove the Carty method. This all proves that the Carty method works, is what he said. Sean Thomas, thank you. Listen, Sean Thomas, in 1 month, in 30 days, you get your new icon. And you can see also Sean Thomas, he doesn't have a crown. After your first year, you go from a crown to having wings. Okay? Sean now has wings, and he's had wings for 11 months. He's about to have my next icon that literally only one other person has. So Sean, I can't wait for you to see it, bro. I'm so excited for you to see my next icon. My next icon is crazy. I mean, you could figure out what it is if you go into like my membership spot, but I'm so excited for you to see my next icon. It's so dope. Please consider hitting the member button, hitting the join button, because that's the only way that you can also start this train. You know, again, I had brain cancer, so I almost died. So this whole thing could have been just over. So, you know, you never know. So join and get the information while you can, you know? That's what I would do if I were you. Okay. I'm going to play a spot, and then I'm going to do photos of the week.
Hey, if you've been watching my content and learning from it, thank you. But watching free videos can only take you so far. If you really want to level up, you have to go deeper. That's why I created the Carty Method YouTube memberships, to give you exclusive access to tools and support you're not going to find anywhere else. When you hit that join button, this is what you get. First of all, you help me keep all my live shows ad-free. No distractions, just straight value every single week. Second, you unlock members-only posts, which I share behind-the-scenes updates, sneak peeks of what I'm working on, and it's only for members. And you'll also stand out in my chat with a crown badge next to your name that levels up the longer that you're a member. And you'll get access to custom emotes that you can use in chats and my comments. You're also going to get access to members-only live streams, like that time I brought you inside a real shoot live in the studio. And of course, your questions. Your questions in my comments get priority answers every single time. All of that for only $4.99 a month. But know this, whether you join or not, I appreciate you because you're watching and you're here. But when you're ready to go deeper, hit that join button and I'll see you on the
inside. Let's fit that one. Let's fix that one. Join. That's a good spot, actually. That's a good spot. It's funny because I had a brain injury, so even watching back these spots, like, so foggy. So foggy, but I created them. I created them with the brain injury. I created the Carty Method with the brain injury. I made all this stuff at like not even operating at my full capacity. I can't wait for you guys to see what it's like right now. I think you're starting to feel it. I think you're starting to feel a different Carty, especially for those who've been submitting, a more patient Carty, someone who is a little bit more understanding, a little bit more kind. Again, it's like I had parasites in my brain that were like literally operating me. I had parasites in my brain. So those are gone, and you can see I'm a new person. You ready for the photos of the week? You ready for the photos of the week? I'm sure ready to tell you them. I'm surely ready to tell you them. Starting with, there's so many submissions, I have to make sure that I confirm the name so I don't make a name mistake like that again, okay? Starting with first photo of the week. This is Israel Cordona the third. Photo of the week. Oh my gracious, what a way to start. You absolutely, unequivocally murdered this week. I'm so proud of you. You killed it. Israel Cordona the third. Our next photographer and photo of the week goes to the one that I am giving now one name. You know him now and from here forward as Sedgwick. Let's get it on, Sedgwick. That's a photo of the week. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. You now have stepped into the matrix. I'm proud of you for making this level of photo and quality. That is Sedgwick. This photographer, I don't know if this photographer has ever won photo of the week. I don't know if this photographer has ever won photo of the week. I've been screaming at this photographer for a really long time. But today, this review, never been more happy with this photographer. You know him as Alexander Klasnia. Alexander! That is a photo of the week. And I want you to see the pictures that I choose as photo of the week. Everybody who is at this level is learning from the Carty method. They are learning from Portfolio Lab, and you could be too. Like literally, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, I just want to delay my career. I just want to start later. Cool beans. Everyone else is ahead of you. All right. Photos of the week. And again, you can see I'm being gentle because the level of work I saw today is so exceptional. Even people who there's mistakes in these photos, because of how they leveled up and how far they leveled up between their last submission and this submission, this is a photo of the week for them, okay? This is our next photo of the week member. This is Jean-Laurie Beaumont. Let's get it on. That is a photo of the week, Jean-Laurie. The location choice, the light, the front light, back light, the idea, the cover composition. You made one small mistake, which I've helped you correct. So that's a photo of the week. Congratulations. All right. Next, this photographer, brand new, but this shooter is going to put fear into everybody here because this photographer doesn't even know how good they are yet. Okay? They don't even know how good they are yet. Ladies and gentlemen, your next photo of the week, first time, goes to Mr. Marlon Stewart. Marlon, congratulations. This is your first The Carty Method Portfolio Labs photo of the week. Congratulations. You now qualify this picture to be in the Carty Method magazine. Congratulations. And it'll appear there on the online version. Yeah, let's see what's going on with the print. All right, photos of the week. This photographer, again, such a killer image. One small mistake, but that doesn't matter because this small mistake is so easily correctable. But what this shooter did to get to this image is everything. Okay. Next photo of the week goes to Mr. Rafael Ortiz. Rafael, that is a photo of the week, Rafael. Congratulations. Rafael Ortiz. Congratulations, Raph. Great shot. All right, who's next? Who's got it for me? Who's got it for me? This is the photo of the week. Can't lie. This photographer made one small mistake, but again, it does not change the fact that this shooter leveled up this week, that this shooter is making better work than they were last week, which is all that matters to me ever in life, okay? This photographer and her photo of the week. You know her as Lincia Taylor. Lincia. That is a photo of the week. I think I was plenty hard on you on the crop. I think that you've locked that in. Your light, your front light, back light, your choice of location. This hits hard. Congratulations. Welcome to the Matrix. Congratulations, Lincia. All right. Who's next? You know, this is an honorable mention, okay? I cannot give this photo a photo of the week, but the idea and the try is so good. The idea and the try is so good, and she's going to shoot it again, and next week she will win the photo of the week. But an honorable mention, an honorable mention for the hard work of Natalie Shalem. Honorable mention with this photo, Natalie. So close. I cannot give you a photo of the week, but I do need to honor you. Very, very, very close, girl. Congratulations. Oh my, this shooter just put me on my ass. All right, another photo of the week. Heyo, who just became a member? Yo, Natalie Shalem. Let's go. Natalie, little smoke, little toot of smoke for you. You became a member. You now got a crown badge next to your name. Let's go. Natalie, your first month. Congratulations, girl. All right. Welcome, Natalie. I'm glad that you decided to cross over and go from Accelerator, Portfolio Lab, and now also YouTube member. Thank you. Thank you. You can see there's all kinds of ways that you can support me. You can support me at $5 a month, or you can support me at $50 a month, or you can support me at $100 a month. But really, it's all supporting you. That's all. When you're supporting me, you're supporting yourself. And also, look how sick this scene looks. Like, I want you to just take in how sick this set is. Like I've been working on my YouTube set for, sorry, baby, I'm blasting you. Sorry. I've been working on this YouTube set for literally 4 years. This is the second location of my YouTube set, but like my kicks over here, like exclusive kick collection, like I built all the tables, built the feature wall, built Cheryl's desk that you don't get to see because she's like just outside of camera, which again, we set this up to be so perfect that like you see the door ends there and the camera ends there, so she can come in and out and work and not be seen because her preference is being a little bit invisible. Guys, our next photo of the week hits so hard, and it is from the one and only, the mighty Joshua Haney. Joshua, that is a photo of the week. I gave it an 11 instead of a photo of the week. There you go. That's the photo of the week for you, Joshua. You killed this. And again, look how happy this client is. Your client here is so happy. It's audible. You can see he's thrilled about working with you. He's thrilled with the work that you're making for him. He knows in this moment, this photographer got it. He just got it. Like he got me. And you can see it here. And I'm so proud of you. This is Joshua Haney. That is a photo of the week. Again, you see crazy people, like so talented, the people, this talent, and they still want feedback because they know there's no limit as to how good you can get at this. There's no limit. You're only limited by your own mind and your own ego as far as how far and how good you can get at photography. Photographers are some of the laziest, biggest ego dudes and girls out there. Photographers. I'm telling you, you can't tell a photographer anything. And that's why 86% of them fail within their first 3 years or their first 2 years, because you can't tell them anything. That's why they watch and they don't make comments. They watch, they don't subscribe. They watch like with their arms crossed like this. It's like, I see you. I see you. I see you. It's funny though for me because I'm doing all right. All my people are doing pretty okay. So it doesn't matter to me whether you're successful or not if you're not into doing what it takes to become successful. Another photo of the week? Sure, let's get onto it. This is Doyle Daniels. Doyle! Let's get it on, Doyle. Well done, buddy. Well done. Proud of you. You hit it. You hit it. I like one small mistake, which you'll fix, and hopefully you'll reshoot this. Shoot this again with that mistake fixed. But for the average Joe, no one's going to see this. This is a photo of the week all day. That was Doyle Daniels. We got some good pictures here, and you can see we got some banger photos, really banger photos. I'm going to give some love to this photographer right here. Again, one small mistake. I really know that this shooter heard what I said today, registered, and moving forward, he's making a shift with the way that he's doing light. This photographer, this photo of the week, you know him as Daniel Van Cleef. Daniel, it's a photo of the week, bro. It is. I know you know, and you know that I know that you could do this, make this even better. The integrity of the cover, your composition, and everything is really, really strong. We're going to take you even further once we incorporate like this front light, side light, backlight in every one of your instances, and you move it with less vibes with one light only and more vibes with like, this is the main light and this is my rimmer or my kicker or whatever. Like, I want you to play more that way, but still you're a shooter. You see light and you get it. After today, you get it more and you see light even better. I hope that helps you. Daniel Van Cleef, everybody. All right. We go on. Oh, this chick. Oh my God, this chick made me so happy today. Chick. I'm calling you a chick because I'm from the 70s, yo. We call you chicks when we like you. Ladies and gentlemen, photo of the week, Miss Allison Dillard. Let's get it on, Allison. Allison, I am so proud of you, girl. Like, exceptionally proud of you. You now see the Matrix. You get it. This is what I've been begging for from you for since you started with my accelerator the first time, since you started with my coaching, this is it, Allison. This is the beginning. This is point zero. Now we work on the top down, and we work between these two. We work on details, body details, elbows, ears, scars. Like, that's like, I'm so excited to help you curate the work that you pair with this portrait style. I'm really, really happy. Good shit. Just so you guys see some of the comments that I get back from people who I'm doing photo reviews for, like Natalie Shalem. Thanks, Carty. I will reshoot this 100%. Like, you see the motivation like that the people who watch are getting. Like, thank you, Carty, for your photo reviews. Thank you, Carty, for the insight. It's gratitude that people who choose to put themselves up there to kind of be judged. You're not really being judged. I'm just coaching you. You know, I'm just coaching you. And it's hard because photographers, again, big egos, think they know it all. They don't want to be coached. But again, that's why you're failing, bro, because you're not allowing yourself to be coached. And again, Angela, who, she made a good picture. She made some mistakes, but just how enthusiastic. Once you're on this side, once you're on my side of the fence, Nakumba's dying to have a membership badge. You're dying to have a membership badge, Nakumba. But Nakumba's financially, I can imagine, struggling if a $5 a month thing is something that's like too much for you to compensate or think about. And this isn't to like poke fun. It's just like, it's just, you're not in my accelerator yet. Or you are in my accelerator, but you're not doing the work. You know what I mean? Or you're in my portfolio lab and you're not looking at Vogue. So again, it's like we keep pushing and we research and we look and we research and we look. Okay. I'm going to give a photo of the week again. And again, this is so close, but very high quality. And also next week, this shooter is going to be so much better because of this photo review. Ladies and gentlemen, our photo of the week goes to Isa2. Let's get it on, Isa2. Hey, let's get it on. And you know what? Because Natalie, and Isa2, photo of the week. Congratulations. Photo of the week. I don't want to take this away from you. Let me just let you enjoy this photo of the week, but I want you to remember everything that I said. And also, next week will be 100% better. Our girl Natalie just gifted a membership, meaning someone just got a free membership, and you know who that was? That was Mike Lilly. And Mike Lilly used to be in my accelerator. He used to be in my program. He stopped paying, so he's no longer getting the benefits of it. I don't know how he's doing because he doesn't check in with me, but he just got gifted a membership from our lovely Natalie. So I'm going to match you, Natalie. I'm going to match you. And what that means is you just gifted memberships to my channel on your dime. You put your own money down on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my own money down on you guys randomly. So what I'm going to do, because Natalie gifted 1, I'm going to gift 5. 5 people who are on this system, subscribers, just got gifted memberships by me. I gifted Jean-Laurie Beaumont, who should be a member already. Now you have one. I gifted Ray Harapal, who is my Toronto team, who's not a member on my YouTube channel. I gifted PIQTU Multimedia. You have now a month-long free membership. I gifted Walt and Kelly Sullivan photo. Walt and Kelly Sullivan photo. I gifted you a membership. You have a membership now free for a month. You can watch all my members only content for a month. And then it's your responsibility, everybody here who I just gifted, it's your responsibility to re-sign up and keep your membership going. Because if not, you're just going to go back to blue. To green or gray. Your membership for a month, and you're going to go back to gray unless you choose to hit the join button on your own and re-sign up. And also, Monica P. Used to be in Portfolio Lab, used to be submitting, used to be around, now you're not. Used to be a member, now you're not. Just gifted you a membership as well. So this is what I do, and I'm going to do it one more time this month. So I give out 10. I'm going to give out 10. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give out 10 every month. I'm going to do that for you. Hopefully, you'll consider those 10 people I gift. You'll consider keeping it going. So we can get my memberships from being at like 180 something to being at like 1,000. Because I need 1,000 true fans in order to really make this YouTube channel work. I need 1,000 true fans. And if you're a true fan, prove it. Prove it. Give me $5 a month if this is beneficial for you. And also, my live streams are commercial free. You notice how there hasn't been a commercial? It's been 3 hours, no commercials. There's no commercials because other people pay for memberships for you to be able to watch this with no commercials. So pay it forward. Continue. All right. This is how this thing works. And if not, then we just shut this whole thing down. But also expect another channel. I'm doing a new channel. Photo of the week? Yeah? Next one? How about this guy? Frank Tom, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Tom. This is a photo of the week, Frank. Frank, this picture brings me joy. There's one small mistake that, again, I think today after my explanation, you won't ever make that mistake again. You're going to be way more conscious of your gutter and way more conscious of body language. But this is a fantastic photo. Great energy, great pose, great. I mean, the pose is, again, one leg is wrong. But I mean, the energy of the pose, the shoes, the light, the backlight, front light, side light. You got it going on, Frank. This is a photo of the week. Congratulations. Again, know that you're too good for me to let you slip. So I have to be really quite disciplined with me coaching you. Middle of the pond. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I can read again, which feels like victory. Oh, this photographer. Photo of the week. Look at all the photos of the week this week. Look at them all. Photo of the week? Photo of the week? Yeah. Shadrich Webb. That is a photo of the week, Shad. Like, come on. Dude, you pleased me so much this week. Now guess what? You set a new bar. You set a new bar. So now imagine your bar was here. Now your bar is here. Guess what? This below this bar now, it no longer exists. This doesn't exist anymore, which means you can't shoot anything that is not as good as this because it's going to stand out like a pile of poo on the ground when you compare it to this. So that's called creating a new bar. When you create a new bar, it's like you've stepped out of the matrix and you've stepped into a new reality. So because of that, you don't ever, by the way, you took the red pill, dude. Blue pill, red pill. You took the red pill. That red pill created this. Guess what? You do not get to now be like, next thing that I do is going to be a blue pill. Because, dude, it's literally like, what are you doing? This is what you do now. Okay? I hope that locked in. This is incredibly, incredibly killer. Very, very well done. Congratulations. That is Shadrich Webb. Again, one of my accelerator members. Wanted to be a dog photographer. Was taking pictures of dogs in the park. And I'm like, because I have this and I can take pictures of dogs in the park with my phone. What do I want to pay you for? What you need to do is take pictures of dogs in the studio under studio light as if you're shooting portraits for Vogue. That's how you need to shoot dogs and set it up like you have treats for them. You have like you're doing a Vogue shoot and you'll have millionaires with their bougie dogs being like, yes, I pay Shadrich $3,000 to do sessions with my dog. Right? So that's the goal. My brother, Opal Customs, who is my actual brother, my blood, Leslie Carty, my biggest inspiration, who's saying that he's proud of me. Thank you, my brother. And so stoked on this show. And welcome back. This is from my brother. By the way, one of the only who have the new Chautauqua, which is the new crown. Les has it. If you look closely at Les's profile, if you click Les Opal Customs, you'll see that he has, like, if you look at his profile for the Carty method, I think you can do that. You'll see that he has the Chautauqua, which is what you get after 24 months with me. Les, it looks so sick, dude. It looks so sick. All right. And by the way, it's right here. Like, yeah. It's tattoos. Yeah, that one is creativity, spirituality, and knowledge. That's what that one is. Creativity, spirituality, and knowledge. That's what that Chautauqua is. Congratulations, you got it. All right. That was Shadrich Webb with a photo of the week. This photographer also, and again, look at the unbelievable amount of photos of the week this week. The unbelievable amount of photos of the week this week. Ladies and gentlemen, you're next. This is Angela Pacino. Angela, congratulations. Congratulations, you did it. You're seeing the Matrix now, Angela. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. This is a fantastic photo. Fantastic. Again, you made a mistake. I helped you correct this mistake. Next week will not be that. I'm proud of you. Killer, 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 killer. Well done. That is Angela Pacino. And again, I only give photos of the week to photos that deserve photo of the week. Simple. Your next one, photo of the week. So proud of this photographer. I got to apologize again because I thought she was someone else and I shit on her, but she was making this work and someone else was making the other work. This photographer, her name, Natalie Bennett. That is a photo of the week, Natalie. Congratulations. A little tight with the framing, with the double page, but you can easily correct this. I'm so proud of you for how far you've transitioned with me over the almost 2 years that you've been watching. And in Portfolio Lab and in my accelerator, and like, again, I still can help you because I don't believe that you've done all the work necessary. I don't think that you haven't done my accelerator. You haven't really finished the work that I put forth for you, which is why you're getting photography results, but the business results you're not getting quite yet. But this is a really great photo of the week. Next photo of the week from the mighty, the talented Sean Thomas. Sean, every ball between your legs that I busted for this photo is deserved. Every ball that I busted for this photo is deserved. Everyone, because of the level of photographer that you are. I know your level. You are next level, which means your ideas are next level, but still you have to continually be challenging yourself like you see me doing in order to make you stay at the next level. Never rest on your talent. Never rest on your laurels. Because you rest, you move backwards. And other people who are not resting trump you. I shot Tom York from Radiohead, and I literally just sat like this, like, what do I need to shoot for? I got Radiohead in my portfolio, and I rested on my laurels, and I lost market share. Don't rest on any. And again, I shot some of the world's biggest celebrities, and I was just like resting on my laurels, and it hurt my market share. I'll never do that again, and you can see clearly I'm not doing that now. Sean Thomas. And our last and final photo of the week. Last and final photo of the week goes to the mighty, the talented. I like holding you. The mighty and talented Joseph Baldwin. Let's get it on. JB, photo of the week, buddy. Congratulations. Well done. Again, if you didn't win photo of the week, you know why. I said something to you. There's something in that image that touched me in a way that it doesn't qualify, and you can do better. Simple. That's the vibes. If you didn't win photo of the week, I'm sorry. But again, photos of the week are determined by you, not me. They're determined by you. I am just a mirror for what you're doing. I'm just a mirror. So do good things. The vibes back will be like this. Do things that are lazy. The vibes back will be exactly how those vibes are. Do things that are wrong. I don't mind you guys doing things that are wrong, because we all make mistakes, and you see how calm I am and how in explaining mistakes that you're making. But slack, be lazy, mail it in. These kinds of things are non sequiturs. Like, you see my whole mood change, and like, why are you here if you're wasting my time? And I don't want to feel like that ever. But today, 3 hours, 3.5 hours of photo reviews. 3.5 hours. We got to be faster. I can't do it. I went like an hour longer than really I should. But I still feel alert. My reading is still good. I still feel like I could handle that. I wasn't at all putting myself out. So those are your photos of the week. Best in show. It's impossible. Best in show, I'm sorry, it's impossible. There's too many bangers this week. Too many. Maybe two. All right. Two. Your first best in show, I know you said only one, but it's two. First best in show. Best photo of the day. Israel Cordona III. Best in show. Sorry to say, that's best in show. That goes beyond photo of the week. That is the best of the best of the best of the day. Okay? Israel Cordona the third. There's one more. There's one more showstopper. There's one more just hands down, drop your camera, quit, start a new career. And that photographer, the second and final best in show, you know him as Shadrich Webb. That is best in show. Right there. Shad, you just went from obscurity to best in show. Congratulations. Guys, if this brings you value, know that I do Portfolio Lab every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is on Zoom only. It's exclusive. We do workshops inside the Carty Method community, inside Zoom. Myself and my coaches, we do workshops. We rotate who does the workshop. We do a different one every week. We do portrait lighting. We do retouching. We do exposure, like stuff that's just so elite. It's almost like I just don't put it on YouTube. And again, if I put it on YouTube, it's short hit videos. But these, we do like 2 hour workshops where we're really diving deep. And let's talk about next week's submission. Next week, I'm looking at fashion photographs. But the week after, we're back to looking at open submissions. So it's important for you to know how to do a photo assignment, which next week I'm asking you to create a fashion story. If you want all these assignments, they're inside community. And know this, I will see you on Sunday for the Carty Method podcast. The Carty Method podcast there's nothing like it. I help you take your career from zero to hero. That's all I care about here, is turning you into a photographer that's making an ethical living with their camera, that doesn't have to do that job that they hate. That's all I'm trying to do. I haven't had a job since I was 19 years old. I haven't had a job. I've been doing this as a full-timer since I was 19, since I was in photography school. So I haven't had another job since photography school, and I worked at a camera store. So like the whole concept of it's just for like working 8 hours a day, like 40 hours a week for someone else's dream, getting a nickel, like, or believing in yourself, getting the right information, getting the right coaching, putting all of your days into making your own market share grow and building your own market share. That's why my people are doing 100K like a year. They're doing like 10K a month, because all their time and all their market share is into themselves and building that dream that they have. You might have that dream, but you're not spending any time building it. If that's the case, that's on you. I hope that I see you Sunday during the Carty Method podcast, and also, of course, ProLab. The only way to get into ProLab is to do my system or get into my accelerator. But ProLab, we do that same thing on Zoom on Sunday. I have an accelerator running this week. We're going into phase 3, which is your work and your market. These guys are after this week for my current accelerator, this unlocks money. It unlocked Mike Graves. Mike Graves did 8K a month after phase 3. So this is what you're missing. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
You understand, I cannot do this without you. And I'm hoping that you feel that you can't do this photography career without me. You two, we are one. Each one, teach one. That's what we're trying to do here. We are trying to change the world. Thank you for